This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hello. How is everybody? Welcome to That One Piece Talk. This is episode 67, and we will be talking about One Piece chapter 1061. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lino.
Seb.
And this is That One Piece Talk, where we talk One Piece. What up? How's everybody doing in the chat? Oh, man, it's a good day to be alive, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Good day to be alive.
Okay.
I died yesterday.
You died yesterday?
But I came back.
Your will was just that strong, huh?
It was that strong.
It
was that strong.
Are you saying you're Luffy?
I'm better. I'm stronger.
I'm better. Yo, listen, man.
Yo,
all
sir.
day.
Say what's up to the chat, man. Let's see
What's
who's
up
in
to
there,
everybody
bro.
in the chat, man? We got Edwin C, KJ, Aaron Tate, Red Hair Shanktham, Ant M, Kaizo Kuzoro, Peter Keenan, Legit D, Ryunosuke, Yo, Marcus D. Jones, Gobbler Glizzy.
There's no way there's a Gobbler Glizzy. Let me see.
Hey, yo!
DK Rayleigh, 3-Day. We got Par in the chat in his VODs channel. Gandhi Usopp, SGG, Jordan, Strad.
We got Jeverse, finally.
Jeverse in here.
Yo, he never here.
Kevin Salinas. So many y'all in
Yo,
the
you
chat,
skip
man.
work, bro? What you doing, man?
Taku in the chat. What's up, man? Lord Supreme, Alex D Star. Okay, how did you get that username?
What?
It's just okay.
It's just okay. Can you just do that?
I didn't know you could do that.
Okay.
So many.
All right.
We appreciate it.
What's up, guys? How are you today? I hope you're pretty well. We're doing pretty well ourselves. Today is going to be a pretty exciting chapter, I must say. But before we get into the chapter itself, for announcements, I did want to clarify some things. You've probably seen our channel, and you've started to notice a lot of new content on there. So we kind of just stopped posting videos or clips because that seems kind of repetitive. And we have a second channel for it, but I'm just so lazy on doing it that I don't post it there or have time to just edit those clips. But Sebastian has come out with a new series, and it is called the Davies Dark Tournament, which I'll have Sebastian explain better than I could. So, Seb?
I wasn't expecting Larry to say this. But anyway, all right, so essentially on Wednesdays, as best we can, we're going to try to be consistent as possible with it. We're basically going to do like a stream, like a live stream where we discuss fights. I know people love the battle tournaments. We've done Davy Back Championships in the past. We've started doing a tournament recently. But I decided, because people love to argue in our Discord about who would win fights, to do a series just based off specifically that. And we're going to have a bunch of interesting stuff going on over the next couple of weeks and months, whether it be 3-on-3s, duos, whatever. Right now, we're doing a tournament of power, Davies Dark Tournament. But essentially, we're in the middle of round one. We're going to launch, I think, did you drop the video for that already on the channel?
No, I'm still working on the overlay.
Okay.
I have Mosh helping me out.
Okay, awesome. But essentially, we're going to continue round one on Wednesday at 7 p.m. So please tune in. And what's great about this is it's interactive with you guys. So join our Discord if you haven't already. We will be able to do a voice chat with you guys where we get your take on who's going to win some of these matchups. And they're really interesting. I don't know if the twins know, but we did a whole 5 or 6 fights. We had Kuma with a Seraphim Mihawk, Kid Mihawk versus a Kainu. It was really interesting. We do a lot of stuff like that, but essentially we're going to look to go through that tournament and maybe, I don't know, complete it on Wednesday, but it's something that we're going to continue. So, and I think the next matchup should be funny. I'll say that.
And then besides that, we do have the other series, which is me reacting to live chapters. And then after those reactions, I kind of bring in secret guests that you guys have either heard of or haven't heard of just yet. And they're usually big One Piece scholars or fans of the series. And basically what I've been trying to do is just keep it consistent every week. That way it's something interesting, but also putting out 3 type of different things for people just to consume from us and to just keep having fun. Just FYI, I am going around asking different content creators to collab with, just to force myself to collab with people, because I don't do kind of a great job with that. But we are looking to boost our female audience as well, because I noticed that majority of us guys are just all guys. And if there are any female One Piece content creators out there, I would like to have discussions with them regarding it to get that female perspective on the series. So other than that, thank you guys for joining as well. If you want to support us, you can do so by clicking that like button, that subscribe button, commenting your thoughts, and also sharing the podcast with people you know. We did run out of shirts for the large quantity on our website, that onepiecetalk.com/merch.
Damn, bro, it's big boy season.
So we do have the rest of the sizes in, but unfortunately there are no more large sizes. So if you guys wanted to somehow purchase some of those things, that would be the last time we ship or have shirts with those boxes. So these are very, very limited editions, and then we have new stuff in the works that I am currently working on. And I think before the final part, everybody wants to know about, okay, and I've said this on the live stream before, is that the buggy costume will be worn twice, and it is coming soon. I already ordered it. Am I going to tell you when I'm going to wear it? Absolutely not. I'm not going to give you that pleasure. But I will say is, I'm a man of my word. I will wear it. I'm going to wear it twice. I don't know if it's going to be twice on the show, but I will be wearing it twice. So, and the costume for Buggy is my choice, but it's not jail impel down Buggy. So just relax. It's not the easiest costume. But anyway, I do have it being shipped. And shipping was like $90, by the way. OD. Wow. But it was because of you guys that I was able to do it, because if not, it would have just came at like the end of October. So. We also got to do the poll because we decided to do a poll for what Sebastian's cosplay would be. And the choices were Big Mom, Jinbei. They were choosing Buffalo from Doflamingo's crew.
That's just random.
The one with the spitty face?
Yeah.
Why? That's just random.
Or Zoro. And a lot of people wanted Jinbei, I think was winning by like 41%, 42%, because he's racist against all fishermen.
I'm not.
And he be coming at Jinbei, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I call him Boss Jinbei in the Discord. I still think I'm racist against him.
So, we're going to probably do another live poll just to get everybody's reactions. But other than that, is there anything funny in the chat that happened that you guys want to talk about?
There's a couple people trying to link us with Joy Girl. That would be cool. Somebody wants us to get a Long John Silver's.
Yo, if we get Joy Girl, you got to be there to talk, because she loves sports from what I've seen.
Yeah?
Like, she's like a huge sport fanatic.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we'll probably do some of those things. That's going to be super, super interesting. But other than that, guys, anything else before we start?
We just got another super chat.
We did.
We got a super chat?
Yeah, from I Hate Mo. I got you. I got you, Mo. It took the Tournament of Power in Davies' Dark Tournament for me to know, but I know how to say Mo's name now. It's I Hate Mo.
It's I Hate Mo, not Mew.
I missed the Mew already.
Yo, we heard Void's voice for the first time. I was so freaked out because he's like so hyper in chat, and he was just not hyper. He was like, "Yo, I'm all nervous." Because we gave everybody a floor to like talk and like present why they think certain characters would win over the others.
Okay.
And it was just, they were just like, "Yo, I'm like nervous." There's like a couple people in here. It was kind of cool.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
We got a lot of voice reveals. But
yeah, we got a lot of voice reveals. Thank you, Illusion. Thank you, Mo. What was Illusion's super chat?
Well, first I'm gonna read Mo's.
We
gotta get Larry's Buggy cosplay on Billboard. On a billboard. That would cost a lot.
That is so disrespectful.
Hey, you can direct towards our show.
Yeah, that's promo. You feel me?
No.
No, it's not promo.
No.
Oh man. But thank you, Mo.
Thank you, Mo.
We also got $10 from Illusion. It says hashtag Buggy Gang, Buggy no diff Larry, and now he got to dress up as him.
That's just
no,
disrespectful.
that
I
is
think I would get no dick.
Zero
diff,
diff,
bro.
Zero diff.
Okay.
Yo, real talk. You think Django beats Buggy like pre-time skip?
Django?
The guy who was moonwalking all the time?
Yeah,
I actually got Buggy.
That's.
I think I got Buggy.
I think I'm gonna bring that to the tournament of power.
Yeah, you got me, right? Yo, real talk. That's such
I'm
a
gonna
good
have
one.
like a trash seating one.
No, you have all the gag
characters.
Gag character.
I feel like
Yeah.
it depends on who you think is a gag. Like, cause Caesar wipes most of them, right?
Well, Caesar.
Yeah, Caesar
Caesar.
White.
Well, is Queen a gag character?
Nah, he's not a guy
he's not.
character.
But
So is Sanji a guy character?
yeah.
No.
I mean,
Well, he's not, but he just versed the guy character and barely won.
Yeah.
But so.
He's not a gag character. Bro.
Just because you got gags going doesn't mean you weak.
You
That's what
be
I'm saying.
gagging, bro.
no, but what's the
Clean
what's
that
the
up,
clarification?
guys.
Because like, for
Clean
instance,
that up.
I'm not even touching that.
Clean that
Because
up.
for instance, Virgo, he's a serious
Okay,
character, and he
okay.
has a gag.
Yeah, but Queen's not a serious character. That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's more gag than serious.
As of right now, Caesar would be the top gag character because that kid is. Just
Is he
all
the
over.
gaggiest?
Come on, man.
Yeah,
He's more. No, I can't say he's not as much clown as Buggy, but he's second to clowness. So
The clowness? That's
he's second. He's the
Hey,
second.
thank you so
Thank you,
much.
thank you,
Who was
thank
it?
you.
It's a $10 super chat from Celestial Donkey. It says hashtag Buggy Gang Captain Larry D Buggy. It's Larry the Clown, man.
Yeah, it's Larry D. Clown.
Y'all need help. Y'all need better help.
Did you post that TikTok?
I did post it.
Yo,
That was a
check
funny
out
one.
the TikTok that Larry posted recently.
All right, let's get to the chapter because they're just gonna keep getting buggy things, bro. All right, so to start chapter One Piece, chapter 1061, we start with the cover story, guys. The newest chapter of One Piece is titled "Future Island Egghead." On the cover story, we see Ichiji, Niji, Yonji, Reiju, and Caesar all escaping Whole Cake Island. They're flying as they're escaping. Is this the final chapter of their story, and what will Caesar's future be like now? And we'll start with Lionel. I feel like we always start with Lionel, right? Every time he's in.
I couldn't tell you.
he said, "Yo, pick somebody else, man."
Like we all thought, that the Germa were gonna escape, which they did. I still think, possibly that somehow Caesar's gonna get into more with Judge, with science. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know if Judge really cares for Caesar at all, or his mind. Because if you go back to the Mads, the two leaders were Judge and Vegapunk. And I'm actually gonna get into that later on, because especially with the new reveal. But I definitely think we're going to see all these characters again, definitely. Just don't know when. Most likely probably at the final war, towards the end. Or more at the final war. Because, again, what's Caesar's purpose now? Because, his giants are not really irrelevant anymore with the kids. Big Mom's not after him anymore. Is he, the only thing you could think of he's just trying to be better at science than Vegapunk. And that's whether they're going to be for instance, will Caesar be that type of buggy type of person where he eventually somehow, in a way, surpasses or does something that's on par with Vegapunk? That's my question. Will he, how Buggy achieves certain things, he achieved the Yonko, he achieved certain things. Will Caesar ever achieve something that's as great or surpasses Vegapunk's technology or science? And I think that'd be kind of interesting in a weird way that, it does, but, he's still not better than Vegapunk, but if he actually achieves something that'd be pretty good. Also with a gag with it, That's why I'm leaning towards with Caesar.
Okay, special. What was the super chat we got?
It was a $10 super chat from the last Antari. There weren't words, but then they posted in the regular chat. I didn't type my message first. LOL, I'm a clown, call me Buggy. So I'm gonna, Antari, I'm gonna try to keep an eye out. If you want to say something more specific in reference to that super chat, please do. I'm going to keep an eye out to make sure that I can scope it.
Yeah, shout out to Mosh, too, for joining up.
Yes. Mosh joined the chat.
We'll start with Lawrence on this one, too. What do you think, Lawrence?
So I think it's the end of their cover story with this battle with Whole Cake and Big Mom's family. So I think, I don't know if Oda's going to show them. I believe Oda should continue it, showing them meet up on with the Germa and Judge, and Judge's reaction to Buggy maybe inviting him into the family, even though
You said Buggy.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, they're both clowns. Pretty much inviting Caesar into even though Judge is not really an inviting person, but I've noticed, like, for example, Oda has another way of like reuniting groups together. Like we saw the Rocks, right, and then we had two former members of the Rocks, Kaido and Big Mom, come together, and then boom. People thinking, the recreation of the Rocks. So now we hear the Mads, the mad scientists, and Caesar was part of it, Judge was part of it, and then we have a potential of them meeting up together, coming together. And to me, I feel like that would be a good place for Caesar. How he adds to Judge, because Judge is already a better scientist than Caesar, proven, right? How Caesar adds to that, I'm not really exactly sure yet. But there's, I guess, no abilities where Caesar comes in. He's able to decrease the size of natural humans. How he's able to do that, I don't know. But he made kids huge. He made them in a way giants. That, and also somehow it was failed, but mimicking somewhat of this, like smile fruits of like mimicking somewhat of the powers of the abilities. Maybe Judge with his brain can somehow use this and perfect what Caesar's trying to do, them working together, adding to their own Germa army. So I think that could be dope. That collaboration. So. Hopefully we get that reaction, because also too now Queen has a potential to even where is he gonna go if your pirate crew's kind of done. Maybe Queen can even somehow get back in there where they have them three back into the Mads. That would be a dope scene too. So I'm pushing forward towards that. Hopefully Oda shows us something like that.
Okay. What about you, Seb? What do you think?
Lawrence must have recently watched my Buggy video. That is what it is. I believe we will get a Mads reunion, and I do think that they will unite under Buggy somehow, some way. The thing is, Judge's, and to try to shorten this up, Judge's whole dream was to get Yonko protection so that he could run North Blue again. And there's a Yonko that, in my eyes, has the easiest route to gain that without actually doing it, because Judge is going to fail no matter what, right? So, I just feel like he links up with Buggy, and I would love to see the Caesar and Buggy union. And like I said, Buggy's a bit of a scientist himself, to quote Norman Osborn. You know what I'm saying? He got those Buggy balls. Obviously, none of these people are on Vegapunk's level, but, in general, I think we get the Mads reunion. I think they link underneath Buggy in the Cross Guild. But that's me.
All right. What was the
I also
super chat?
don't think that this... I think the cover story goes on. We got to see Judge.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, we got a $50 super chat from Joy Boy Mark.
Thank you, Joy Boy Mark. Thank you so much.
Appreciate
you, bro.
It says, hey guys, first time viewer, long time caller. Just wondering if you think this Vegapunk is either a Franky situation or maybe possibly daughter. P.S. Love your show. # Larry has bad takes.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
We really appreciate the donation. We're gonna get into that a little later into
the chat's so
show.
mean, bro. I'm gonna go home and cry.
But they love you though. They say this, but they're
Nah,
like, I
bro.
love
It's out of love, bro.
Nah, bro. Love me.
Let me right.
Love me.
Look at me, man. Look at me.
Look at me. Robert, we're going to get into that a little deeper into the chapter discussion that's coming up in a little bit. But thank you so much for this.
Yeah, we have a whole section for that. So stay tuned, please. For me, I do believe that the Mads reunion will happen. I am in agreement with all of you. I think that Judge is going to have a part to play with Caesar, and Caesar will kind of probably be like an assistant, because instead of getting another Yonko to protect him to experiment and do whatever he wants to do, Judge is already financially stable enough where he could provide Caesar with whatever he wants to do, as long as it is in the benefit of the Germa. And I don't know if Queen is locked up or not. Maybe by the Marines. But if not, then it's where does Queen go, like you said, right?
Yeah.
And I think Judge will capitalize off that.
The real question, did Green Bull just leave? Or did he leave them there?
Oh, he saw Shanks and was out, bro.
Yeah. But did he collect them? You know what I'm saying?
He didn't have a
or
ship.
are they just on him?
He didn't have a ship.
Yeah, he didn't have any.
I mean, he could fly. He could carry people.
He could do that.
That's true. He didn't have a ship.
He didn't have a ship, though. That's true.
What else? I mean, I think there's going to be more cover story to this.
Yeah.
I think that Judge and Caesar will meet and they'll shake hands like Street Fighter versus X-Men with like Cyclops shakes Wolverine's hand and like the arcade, and then that will be the final cover story for them, and we'll see what happens after that. But again, like Lionel said, I don't know his goal. Like, what does he do now? So, yeah, that's about it. Should we go to that? We don't have any more super chats, so we'll just go to the next question, right? Okay. So, to get into the actual chapter, this chapter starts off where the last one left off, where Luffy is trying to save Chopper and Bonney. Bonney points out that something is under the ship, and we see this huge fish about to eat the Sunny with everyone on it. Somehow, the fish misses its lunch, and Zoro states that it's too big to be a shark, and it's made out of metal. Franky tries to get away, but then the metal shark shoots rockets out of its mouth, causing the Sunny to capsize with everyone on it. Then the shark takes aim at Jinbei, Luffy, Chopper, and Bonney. So Jinbei tells them to hold their breath, and they all do a funny face before inhaling. As soon as the shark goes to eat the other Straw Hats, a robot with a 12 on it and a label that says Vegaforce punches the shark and destroys it completely. What did you guys think about the opening of this chapter, Lawrence?
I thought it was like very fast paced what was happening, and I liked it because I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping it wasn't a metal thing. I was thinking like a new, because we see a lot of Sea Kings. We never saw a Sea King that was a shark. You know?
Really?
I don't think we saw that yet. Right?
Not one?
Not
Probably
one.
in a filler. I mean, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Bro, we got seals that know kung fu. How do we not have a shark?
Like, that's a Sea King, yeah. Because when Zolo said like
What?
it's too big, I was thinking in my head, but it could be a Sea King. And then
It's too big. It's too wide.
Come on.
All right, bro.
Bruh. And then when he said that, I was like, well, what if it's a Sea King? Then it hit me. I don't remember seeing a Sea King that was a shark before. You know, so then I was like, they said metal guard, that takes it out of it. So then right there's like it's a creation of some sorts. You know, it has to be because it's made out of metal. Right? And then attacking the ship is like it shows that it has intelligence. Because it showed like I could attack far range and it's targeting something, so it seemed like it's on a mission. So that's why I liked it was interesting a creature, and I'm not gonna lie. So skipping ahead, this is just benefits of having a fisherman on your crew because how fast he was able to like kind of just get the move underwater. Because like that space from like when it shot already to when it blew up, Jimmy's already down there. Like so it's like that's what like no human's gonna really outfish someone as strong as Jinbei or a fisherman. And when I first saw this in my head reading it, I'm like, oh, I thought that was Franky in the suit. And I was thinking, when did he do this? Like, I was like, wait, what? Like, when did he have time to do this? Like, what the heck? And I see it punched it, and I was like, all right, St. Franky's bound it. And then to one-shot this thing, I was like, this thing goes hard because we saw it on Fisherman Island.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and Robin even pointed out, he didn't really use it that much. He didn't do much in that giant thing. Yeah, he's one-shot in this. Is like, because Robin even said, Thank you. Robin even says in the Fisherman Island, which had me dying, that robot was useless. Like you did absolutely nothing. You know, like, I started laughing. I was like, Robin's such a sad because Robin and Nami always show that they're not impressed at all what Franky does. Like, while all the other tribes are like, oh, Suko and everything, and they're just like, yeah. Anyway, like you know, it's like shut up. So like I'm doing that, and then so then to me it's like. At the bottom of the panel, if you look, you see them. I don't know how far or how long they're on in the water, but why are they all like losing breath already? Like you see them, like Usopp's like, whoa, like you know, like I think y'all just got in the water. I feel like
the ship got like hit with missiles and it exploded.
They were about to capsize,
and they capsized.
Yeah, I mean,
the ship could have just landed on them. I don't know, bro.
No, I know because you see the ship falling upside down while they're in it, right? And then that robot comes and saves them. But, like, you see Zoro. I mean, I don't know if Zoro is. He's, like, holding his mouth. But then the main thing was, like, you see Usopp was like, like, you know, like, gargling water. Like,
Usopp, though.
Yeah, no, that is true. And then you see...
so you telling me if you was on a ship and like, something hit it and it capsized you, you're not going to be hurt Or like screaming in the air, and then you're gonna land in the ocean, and you're just gonna have all this breath to breathe.
No, to me, I'm different.
I can't.
I'm different.
No, what I mean is like
You said I'm different,
but more like in a negative way.
You said I'm different.
Yeah, but in a negative way because I can't hold my breath in the water for the life of me. Right? I can't do that. But as we saw from the beginning, like pre-time, how long they're able to hold their breath underwater.
Don't make me tell everybody about the bear story, bro.
What does that have to do with anything? I legit just said.
He's saying it in the opposite way that we're taking it. We're just scarred by past Lawrence.
I'm just saying, y'all just hating on my will was strong from the get.
Gosh,
all right? But anyway.
Keep going. Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Seb.
I don't have much to add from what Lawrence said. I totally thought that was Franky when it punched the shot. I was like, yeah, man, go ahead, Franky. And I was like, oh, it's not. It's totally not him. Jinbei, like Lawrence said, just showing why he's on the crew. Like, I'm a fisherman. I can save people real quick. Like, we don't got to rely on Sanji or somebody else to do this. Like, I can do this. But in general, I want to say that spread of that shark.
Yo,
I was like, holy shit.
I was
like it's been a while since I wasn't scared. But I was like, yeah, I can't swim. So that kind of freaks me out a little bit. Like when I see it, like that would
not stereotypical at all.
Actually, I learned how to swim slightly this summer. Like I got to and from.
I'm proud of you.
In a relatively small pool.
Good
but
for
I did it though. I did it.
Hey.
Clap me for that. Thank you.
I learned how to float in the ocean the other day on my my vacation. You know what I'm saying?
I was you know what I mean?
Treading water.
Yeah.
Treading water.
But anyway.
Water on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like the hijinks, man. Like, we always talk about, we want to see the crew in the water and even talk about seafaring battles. It's one of the minor knocks that I have had on Oda in the past, that we just don't see enough of that. And this technically isn't really that because they're not going up against a pirate ship or anything like that, or even Marines per se. But just hijinks on the ship, going through stuff, crews getting separated. This is how we start One Piece arcs. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what it is. Like this is how we start them. So I thought it was cool and it was funny, lighthearted and stuff. But what about you, Lon?
I'm going to Lawrence's thought about pretty much highly out of breath. Well, Jimmy already acknowledged that. Look at this current, because like the current, like you see all of them, like they're getting pushing forward. I think the current's so strong that it's taking away the oxygen that they normally have to hold their breath stronger. It's like it's being reduced because the water's rushing up in their mouths. Like so, I think the strong current is the reason why they're losing breath a lot quickly. That's what I
didn't even think about that.
That's a good point.
Plus, it's cold, bro.
Yeah,
it is cold.
It's hard to breathe in cold water.
It is true.
Same. I like that the ship.
It's hard to breathe in warm water.
I like the ship that has a new feature called the Rabbit. I don't remember that being.
If only.
What?
No.
Because of carrots.
Oh yeah. Or the rabbit. Maybe a hint. I don't know. But again, I thought the same thing about the ship being. I mean, the robot being Franky. Because I also thought like the ship clearly got capsized, and we know that General Franky is from the ship. So I also thought there was a whole new robot that Franky built. So now he has two, like from the ship, and he also has this other one that he has that's inside the ship or something. So I thought, yo, Franky's getting it, and he made a new gadget with the ship, the rabbit. Now he made another new cyborg machine. So I'm like, yo, Franky, like shout out to Franky. Then I found out, because again it says Vegaforce on it. So when you saw it, like, oh snap! So again, it's hinting something else already. But I thought the scene was dope. Like it was very fast paced. We saw pretty much a lot going on. Like very interesting. But again, it shows like why you need Jinbei in the crew. Like you need a fisherman in general. Like that's what I thought. Not Hody. Bender deck and like eating a fruit. Like your main thing is fisherman. So much strength comes from being fisherman underwater, and you just took that away from yourself by eating a fruit. Like so, I'm just thinking of like the fisherman's benefits from being in water because they could do so much. Even Lawrence said that. What did Jinbei say?
Yeah, I was reading back at Whole Cake, and Jinbei said Nami to steer a certain way, giving her instruction, and said when fishermen are serious enough, they can change the currents. You know. He said serious enough, not even completely serious. Like if we're serious enough, we can do this like easily. Yeah. So their influence of the sea is that strong.
That's as a group, though. Huh? Right?
No, he didn't say as a group. He just said fishermen can. Like, he said it's singular, I think. I can go back, but I'm pretty sure you said singular that they can change
I'm pretty
the
sure
currents.
it's plural.
Huh?
Yeah, because they were talking about the group saving them, like
Yeah.
Aladdin and his people. Like they can change the currents so that we'll be able to get out of this.
You
no?
trying to tell me Jimmy with his fisherman karate can't do that?
Jinbei can't. I'm saying the average fishman can't change currents just because they mad, bro. See, now I sound racist again. Y'all say these crazy things,
Dude, 'cause you
and I bring logic to it, and now I'm a fishman hater.
Honestly, we haven't seen a full capability of a fishman underwater.
yeah.
Like,
We haven't seen
We've seen Jinbei.
No, but
when did we ever see Jimmy fully in water? Like, we saw glimpses.
Yeah.
Like, we never seen Jimmy at his
going all out.
going all out, showing all he could do in water.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't seen it. And he's the strongest fisherman? Like, that must be crazy. Like, for instance, he could be at Yonko or Admiral level in water.
One glitch we seen it was on Wano when he did that whole Kamehameha thing, right?
That's
and that
twice.
was just one technique, bro.
And also an Empo down.
Y'all just naming all these times that I was talking about.
Yeah,
Like it didn't happen.
I said those were glimpses, though.
Glimpses.
Those were glimpses, though. Not like a shit full. Okay, whatever. But I thought, yeah.
I know how he was, real quick, I'm sorry, and how he was finding those currents. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy currents. He was just chilling there, just doing whatever he wants without even doing fisherman karate.
We gotta let Larry go, but I do want to say one thing. Zoro grabbing Brooke by the afro was funny as hell to me.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He was
He's
like,
yeah, grab
Oh, I didn't
He's
even
like
peep that.
grabbing my afro.
I didn't even peep
Funny as
that.
hell. Go ahead, Larry.
So I don't have many small fears. I have usually very big and outrageous fears. And when I saw that panel, I was like, yo, that's one of the big outrageous fears. Because, like, I've always pictured when I see deep water in the ocean, I'm like, yo, what if I was, like, on a boat and, like, a fish just came from under and just swallowed me whole?
Right.
Like, that's a fear that any normal human being would have, right? And I was like, yo, that happened. I was like, yo, this is a scary-ass panel.
Yeah.
That was cool. I liked it. I'm sort of like, I feel like Jinbei in Impel Down was talking to whales, right? Like shark whales.
He like had
I
something.
feel like he should have noticed that he couldn't talk to the shark too, right? And it had to be like
Did he
robotic.
mention
I
that he
noticed that
thought it
too.
was a robot at any point? I don't know if he said anything.
I think Zoro was the only person who mentioned it was a metal shark.
Yeah.
But like instantly, Jinbei jumped into action
Yeah,
to get
I don't
them.
think
So I
Jinbei
don't
knows
think he
that
was.
Well, why
there.
wouldn't Jinbei just like try to talk to the shark and be like, "Hey, yo, chill out, bro"?
He can probably sense that it's not a real fish.
I would have liked for it to be brought up. That's all I'm saying.
I thought of that
Yeah.
too, like because he's able to control like the fishermen or talk to them, like communicate with them.
Yeah.
But if we go on later on, I'm not trying to jump ahead, but
No,
it still
bro, stop
has-
jumping later on.
I didn't jump on later. I just said
You
but-
had your turn. Karibo is still on the ship and it capsized. So I was like, yo, what happened to Karibo?
Oh yeah, I forgot about it.
He's done.
That
you
barrel.
just yelled at him for jumping ahead,
Was that ahead?
bro. Karibo appears in this chapter.
No, I'm saying Karibo's on the ship.
Yeah.
If I'm not jumping ahead, if he's on the ship already.
No, I'm saying. Never mind.
Again, why do you always interrupting me, Chat?
Bro,
Chat,
I'm saying the dude is he's
I'm
in
talking,
the
bro.
chapter.
I know.
All right.
But I'm saying,
All right.
what would have what happened to him at that point in the barrel?
Yeah, because he should have been.
Yeah.
Luffy was in a barrel. He was good.
No, but
No,
like, if they don't know
Karibo's
he's there,
in the barrel
if they don't know he's
right
there, it's just a
now.
barrel to them.
I'm saying a barrel can float in water.
But it wasn't. Right? Alright, anyway, stop interrupting me, bro. It's not your turn. I was a huge fan of Jinbei talking to Franky and telling Franky to take the helm because it was like a passing of responsibility to the previous person who was the previous helmsman of the ship. Yeah. And it reminded me of the time that, you know, when they got the Sunny, Usopp handed the responsibilities of fixing the ship to Franky. And I really loved that. Like, that was a solid moment for me where I was like, damn, like, that's like really a passing the torch moment where like you can like count on somebody else to do these jobs because that was their previous job. So they have experience. He didn't tell anybody else. He didn't say Zoro. He didn't say Sanji, who were like the two most dependable people besides Luffy. He was like, no, like Franky, take this.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just so dope. All right, so this is my one complaint about that whole part. I was surprised that Sanji let the ship turn over, like get capsized the way it did. Because Sanji's supposed to be the person on the ship who has the best observation, right? And I'm not saying he has to have future sight. But the dude is so fast, right? That if the ship did get hit and everybody was turning over, I feel like he should have just skywalked, kicked the ship back into the ocean, right? The same way like Marco or King did to Big Mom ship. And then he could have probably like been fast enough to catch everybody else and then put them back on a ship. If that happened, I would have been like, yo, I love the way Sanji is right now. And I feel like Oda kind of played Sanji because if the ship didn't capsize, then the Straw Hats never get separated. And I know that's a skip ahead type of thing, but I was just like, damn, man. Like, I feel like Sanji is good enough and smart enough to do something like that, but it didn't happen. And I'm like, I feel like that's a miss. But I know why it's a miss.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where it's like, if you do that, then you can't get the end result that you were looking for.
Yeah.
Like you kind of said, like if Oda's goal is to separate them, you can't have the crew be super diligent in that way.
Yeah.
Right? They have to be able to lack in some fashion. Because the other part of that is if they're always on like that, then you never get these moments. Like there's no the ship capsized.
We just need to have better moments then.
You don't. Then you need bigger threats.
More challenging.
You
Yeah,
know what
more
I mean?
challenging.
We need better writing.
You would need
right?
The thing is that where the strikes
Crazy.
are now, you would basically need like a Buster Call level event for them to be in that kind of mode all the time.
We endgame, bro. All right, super chats.
Yeah, we got a couple.
Let's read them.
We got $9 from $10 from Celestial Donkey. It says Buggy and Caesar team up. Game over for everyone. # Buggy King of the Pirates.
So we're just making the hashtag for Buggy even longer now?
Yeah.
Like this is what we're doing?
I love that.
Celestial, thank you.
I love that for us. We got a $2 super chat from Barney354. It says, love you guys. # Seb has best takes.
Return your money. Return
Thank you.
But
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We got another super chat from Joyboy Mark. $10. It says, Usopp versus Buggy. Who you got?
Usopp. Also, thank you,
Usopp?
Joy Boy.
Usopp.
I actually might go Buggy.
Come on, man.
I'm going Usopp.
No, man. Lionel, really?
Lionel,
Lionel, really?
Usopp got a whole six-pack now, bro.
Yo, create a poll after we do the super chat.
I have to do that.
Really?
And then I think there was another one.
Yeah, I think we just got one, right?
It's not even that. I think there was one from from KJ.
Yeah.
It says, what's going on, fellas? Just sending love. Y'all boys got the best One Piece content for real. Keep striving, fellas. # I got the Giants tonight, 23-13. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, I put a ticket in. I need it to be 1910, bro. I'm gonna win me some money. Listen.
Thank you, KJ.
I with that.
That's a
But we
low-scoring game.
did get another chat from the last Antari.
What'd he say?
When I said I would read his chat because he didn't super chat on accident. It says, "Y'all think we're gonna get a new Nakama on this island?"
No. No.
I'm 50-50.
You shouldn't. There's nobody that we could. There's pure speculation. It would have to be Vegapunk. So the Straw Hats already have a Vegapunk. It's Franky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still 50-50 because I'm still holding out.
50-50.
And Bonney showed up. You know,
Karibo.
If Carrot was here, she would have been in the water.
with Karibo.
If Karibo becomes their Logia, I'm gonna be upset.
Go next.
So I wanted them to get a Logia, but
It's worth dropping the show.
But I got you, Antari. I told you I got you. But go ahead, Larry.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. Thank you guys for all the super chats.
Appreciate
you. All right, so next. At a nearby island, we see ourselves at the naval branch G14. Tashigi makes her appearance, and she's surrounded by the children from Punk Hazard who are being experimented on by Caesar to become giants. Vice Admiral Dahl makes an appearance. The base commander of G14 says she doesn't like Helmeppo. Then we see Helmeppo and another commander by the name of Hibari. She appears to be very fond of Kobe and wants to rescue him from Blackbeard. Then we see Prince Groose, who makes his appearance. He's the rare admiral who states that they are basically nuts for trying to get Kobe back. It's Blackbeard's hideout, and that island is known for constant shootouts, hence the name Full of Lead. Helmeppo says since they're close to Egghead, they could just grab a Seraphim, and Gruss says that they have lost their minds, and they don't even have contact with Drake at this point either. There's nothing they could do. What did you guys think about this, Seb?
I thought this one. I just want to say right now, shout out to Doll, man. Doll look good. I ain't ashamed of saying that. I was on that. I was like, yo, who is that?
Yeah.
Who is that? I was hyped about that. The Hibari, you know me. I like to ship Kobe with just about any chick that he runs into. Mm-hmm. He got fangirls in the Marines already. I love that for Kobe. People were saying that this could be a Kainu's daughter based off the dialect that she was talking with. I thought that was really dope. If Kobe bagged a Kainu's daughter on the low, you kidding me? He might really be Garp. No, I'm playing.
Wait, what?
Wait, who?
The Hibari girl.
So
Might be
basically,
Kainu's
just to give you a backstory. So Hibari talks in a certain dialect, and it's from the Hiroshima dialect. And the translation doesn't necessarily correlate to English the way it sounds in Japanese. So basically, the only other person with that dialect in the show is a Kainu. She's the second person. And since most of the time Oda doesn't do anything without a reason, it just means that, most likely they're either from the same kingdom, the same country, or the same part of town, or they're just relatives.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that is. Keep going.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Prince Groose. This is actually not the first time we see him. I don't know if y'all remember him.
No, I remember.
He was in the
cover
story with Capone and Beige and All My Family. So I thought it was cool. I thought that was the kid that Luffy and Ace beat up. That was one of the underground brokers that was watching Caesar's thing. That's what I thought it was. And then they pointed out in Discord that it was actually that guy. And I remembered the other guy with the Marine tattoos. So shout out to Prince Groose, man. I think he looks cool. He's probably not that strong. Mm-hmm. But,
well, he's a rare admiral. So
he's a rare admiral.
I'm
So,
wait till my turn.
I'll say this, bruh. They wildin' trying to go out. I get that shit, man. It's like, that's Kobe. You can't just go take on Yonkos like this, yo. Like, you gotta be calculated about that, bro. They wildin'. Shout out to Helempolo, though. At least trying to. You know what I mean?
Helmappo.
Help.
Hello.
Call him Hippo.
How do you?
He said call him Hippo.
It is Helmeppo. Oh my god, I've been saying his name wrong my entire One Piece
I've been
career.
saying this, bro.
Jesus, that's bad.
Thank you guys for the super chat.
Also, Buggy's winning the. Usopp is winning the poll. Although I did put Soga King, so that's technically not.
Are you?
I'm done.
All right. Lionel.
I asked this. This is just random, but I asked Lawrence this. Does Vice Admiral Daw look like Betty Boo to you?
Betty Bob?
Yeah, Betty Bob, Betty Boo. Yeah.
Betty Boo.
Betty Boo.
Yeah, Betty Boo. Because I got, that's who
I'm
she
going to be
was
real. Our demographic, age-wise, is not going to know.
They probably
I
do.
barely do.
That is not our age.
Yeah,
it's not our age. It's way older than us.
It's way older.
I like to think that our fan base is cultured enough to know who Betty Boop is.
They not.
They
are not.
I kind of feel like they don't.
No.
But they are.
Put out a poll. No, I'm playing.
Keep
But
going.
that's what, honestly, that's who immediately I thought of for some reason. You know how Oda does, he makes certain, granted, that's more of a cartoon, and he does more with animals, real life characters. Mm-hmm. But that's what I got. I thought it was interesting that they didn't find a cure for the kids, but it's like, I guess if they come off drugs, they start going back to normal size. So I thought there was good towards what's happening to them, because it was crazy with Caesar, and now we see some good at the end towards less Vegapunk, and how genius that person is, actually found out something that would do Caesar's own giantification towards the kids. So there's also that too as well. But again, I thought it was kind of wild. I want to know, Princess Gus, do they say what kingdom he's prince of, or if he has any, because he's a prince, so he has to do with royalty, right? Or that's just his name?
I thought his name was just Prince.
I thought his name was just Prince.
But he could be a prince.
Because he said, Your Highness, so they view him as an actual prince.
He could be a prince.
I mean, it could also just be some sort of gag,
Okay.
on his name itself. He's just called Prince, so they just call him Your Highness.
Okay. But yeah, I thought the same. They're kind of crazy,
Because you think that if a Kaino sees him, he's going to call him Your Highness?
Hell no.
Oh, okay. So that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Imagine he do, out of respect.
But I don't think Akainu does that to any.
I'm just saying anybody that's above him in rank.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep going.
But again, they do look familiar. I'm trying to figure what was the cover story with. I know it had to do with Whole Cake with what's his name?
Well, you just said it with
Capone.
Beige.
Yeah,
Capone, yeah.
It was the All My Family joint where where Lola and her sister got back together.
Okay. Because I saw him with Marines, but I didn't know what rank they were. But I found it interesting that he's a rear admiral. And we found out he's part of Sword. So, like, there's actually a lot more members part of Sword. And I'm trying to think, they said Drake. Drake wasn't the leader or captain, was he?
No, he is.
No,
he's the leader of Sword.
he is?
He's the captain
You
of
sure?
Sword. Yeah.
I remember seeing something with captain, but
He's
that doesn't mean you're
a captain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think he's
No,
leader
if you,
captain.
I actually went back to it when dang, I forgot what
Did
chapter
it say leader of Sword?
It said captain of Sword.
Lawrence.
Okay.
No, it didn't say the a captain.
Yeah,
It said
I know
the-
you don't
But that's
said
like
the
hold,
captain
hold on,
of.
hold on. Gruss is the rare admiral of Sword. Who's in higher position?
Drake.
No, it just means that that's what Drake's
No.
rank is.
No, see, the captain of Sword, yes, but the whole
They're
thing is-
literally ranking everybody and then putting Sword in their names.
No, I know
but Drake
that.
is not.
Drake's not a captain.
He's a
normally.
vice admiral.
He's a rear
He's a
admiral.
rear admiral.
No, he's a vice admiral now.
Yeah, he's a vice
stronger
admiral.
than he's stronger than.
He'll be a vice admiral now.
He would be a vice admiral now.
Cool. Wait, did they confirm he's a vice admiral now?
No, but he's just been with. Remember, when he was a rear admiral, he left the Marines to be a.
It's been 2 years.
Either way,
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
Drake not the captain of Sword.
Yo,
He's
they
the
said that.
I feel-
They said the
in
captain
Sword.
of Sword, like
Bro, you
king
think,
of
you
the
think
pirates.
Sword is? You think Drake is the guy?
I don't know.
Like it's his show. He running it. He's the man.
They said
They went, yo, Drake,
right.
take us there, bro, and he doing it.
He's the one. He's the one spearheading it. He's the
I
one
get you, but for
spearheading
instance,
it.
You don't believe that?
Yeah, he's the one spearheading it,
because
bro.
Again, this is pure speculation. If Aokiji is actually part of Sword, he would actually be the leader.
Yeah,
because
would.
he would be the rank.
But I don't think he is.
But I don't know. But I don't think Drake is the captain or leader of Sword. I don't. I think he's a very
Imagine
strong.
chapter
Lawrence is
was it?
right.
Yo, go to that chapter. I saw the cover. When he's talking to Kobe. When he was talking to Kobe.
I'm running a poll.
This know that they say that what that person's position is. The box said captain of Sword.
All right, so that just means that Sword is basically nothing.
I mean, we don't know their objective. We just know for
It don't even matter.
It's
It's not gonna be important.
You can't have Drake being your top man, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's kind of understandable.
Anything else?
But I found it interesting that they have this base is right next to Philly Head, like.
No, it's next to Egghead.
But they also said this.
It said it's near it.
Yeah, they near
Philly
it.
Head.
So you
Oh,
have
is it?
Vegapunk's place, then you have this island, then you have Philly Head. Like, the fact that's still like you get me that.
They're close.
Yeah, they're close and. Like, what they're doing about it? You know, are they infiltrating Philly Head with some of their
It's full of lead, bro.
there we go.
I think it's just a
Yeah, I'm
natural development of like Marine Ford being in the New World now. Like they just have bases in the New World that are just going to be near these islands that pirates inhabit.
But this is a totally different, a little bit topic, but do you think they have some members sneaking in?
For sure.
Philly Head?
For sure.
Yeah.
At least they should. I mean, if Drake's the captain, then no.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not trying to knock Drake, but come on, bro.
we knock him. I don't care.
Come on, bro.
Anything else, Lana?
Nah, that'll be it. Oh, no, actually, one more thing. We actually might find out, Luffy probably might find out what happened to Kobe now, because if this base is right next to the place that he's in at now, they get pretty close, and he's probably going to go to this Marine base, or if they're not the same thing, then Luffy's probably going to find out what happened to Kobe, and we're going to see his reaction if he's actually going to. Because I was thinking that this might be jumping the gun, may get maybe a Blackbeard versus Luffy a lot sooner than we thought.
Okay. Lawrence, did you go?
No.
Go.
All right, bet. So I thought it was interesting because, all right, so I want to start off with the whole the kids thing. So, because I know Chopper's dream is to create every cure. Even though this is not an existing disease, it was created by scientists. So, in a way, do you think this is in a way them reshrinking is because the Chopper, Sebastian, do you remember? Did he give them an antidote, the Marines, to help out the kids? Because if not, this is in a way Chopper in a way not really failed, but two scientists,
Chopper
Caesar
takes
and
hella L's.
Queen, against the Ice Oni.
What'd you
and
say?
them.
Chopper takes hella L's, bro.
Yeah, because like
He's
it's
not
right
a
here.
scientist, though.
Bro.
Huh? I know, but he's a doctor.
He be not curing a lot.
So I'm thinking like, because that's his dream is to cure everything. Granted, these are man-made illnesses, so it's not like a disease that's already out there. This is new. So to try to fight against science in that way is going to be tough. So you got to give him credit that. But I remember them mentioning them kind of working together with the Marines, or Chopper giving the Marines something, and then maybe Vegapunk kind of helped it. He doesn't even know because he's a scientist, not a doctor, but the human anatomy he knows very much about. So like that shrinkage, it could be from what Chopper's doing. So
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting that Chopper helped with that, and I thought it was interesting here. So we introduced to a new Vice Admiral doll, but I kind of thought this was weird. She's the high-ranking officer here, but they're approaching Prince Gus, the Rear Admiral, and not the Vice Admiral.
Well, hold on. It says I'm getting real sick of that
Helmepo.
Helmepo kid.
Yeah.
So he has been bothering her. She probably gonna get out of my face. And now this is the next highest ranking person.
That's what I thought, too.
Also, she's like the commander of
the base,
G14.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
she
say.
can't just bounce.
G14 classified. Virgo used to dip. Smoker
did it.
I feel like you could do what you want.
Not every Vice Admiral has a base, because Garb, you never see him tied down to a base.
Egghead is like right there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's probably why that branch is there. Just in case like something happens to him, they could just fly over there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Doll, yo.
Yeah, shout out to them.
New favorite character.
Sebastian finally likes a chick in One Piece.
Stop it, bro. She dope.
Lottie, you don't want to ask. She wasn't, though, right? She wasn't the candidate to be an admiral, right?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think she was.
She wasn't that girl.
Yeah, she
that
was.
you're thinking about.
G14 classified.
G14.
Doll, you feel me?
Rush Hour, G14 classified. So, yeah. So, going here, and also, honestly, I love the whole they want to go attack the Yonko to save their comrade. We see that's Luffy's. I'm not saying Luffy's influence, because him and Hanako have like no relation at all. But we see that's what people do when you care about someone that you love. That's what Luffy would do. This is what like you take on the world. Like we see Luffy going against the world government, go to Marine Ford, Empo down to save his brother. So I respect that attitude, because that's their Nakama. And the fact that it's weird that Kobe and Helmepo formed this relationship because he was a piece of crap, like, beforehand. This spoiled, like, little brat that had no will to fight at all. He just going off his father's name, power, and influence, and how much he's changing to not really care about. Also, to be a Marine, you kind of have to care about people and to put your life on the line to save them. So we see his character development, and maybe even Kobe's influence and how they're showing he wanted to go after Yonko in the situation. And I want to add, pretty much, before I get to the big thing I'm going to mention, so going back to Prince Bruce
Or Gruss.
Right? So, yeah, what you mentioned, it was against Page. And I'll still go back to his strength. He easily one-shotted Gotti.
He did.
Like he walked through him, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, he
walked
Gotti.
Through him like he was nothing.
Gotti he didn't stay down, though.
Huh?
Like, he got up and did some other things
Yeah,
after
but
that.
do you remember his bounty?
Body
To show that his strength, remember his bounty?
No, it was
90 billion is Gotti's bounty.
That's
No.
just incorrect as hell.
Yeah, you said 90 billion.
They said 90 billion.
Remember just saying billion.
I mean, you're right. You're right. Oh, shoot.
I was just waiting for him to correct himself. I was like,
sorry,
bro, I'm not going to correct him, bro. I'm going to let it rock.
Imagine his body was 90
I'm sorry.
Wow. 90
million. I'm sorry. Yes, it's short of 100, but he's still like the third, he's in Sanji's position in a way.
Yeah.
Right? But, so he's 90 million.
Wait.
And got,
Isn't Guy the right hand man?
No.
Vic,
That's Vito.
Vito.
You're right.
Yeah. But when I saw he walked through him like he was actually nothing, I was like, he's got to be strong. Because, because I thought that was interesting. Because the way you said him walk through him, it was like no comp. He just like kicked him in the face and the fight was over. He just kept walking.
Yeah.
No change in the step. A $90 billion bounty? And
You gotta stop saying billion one.
I mean,
Yo, what's up with y'all, yo? Did y'all not have like y'all fish oil pill today?
Oh my goodness.
What's going on, bro?
Bro,
Million.
walking through a less than 100 million berry bounty is not proof positive.
It's not the same level, but like, if a rear admiral walked through in a way like Sanji,
Okay.
3 times, like,
But,
that's
guys, we're getting on topic. Keep getting to your points.
all right, yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
saying how strong he was, and then also like, because to me that boosts his sword a little bit, And then I also added with this, and we have Drake, a part of Sword, who's the captain. We have the CP0, right? CP0, we kind of get their strength level, that they're above Vice Admiral, but right below Admiral level.
Right below?
Yo.
CP0?
Yo,
Lawrence
CP0.
doing
Yo,
drugs,
Lawrence-
bro.
So you don't believe CP0 is stronger than Vice Admirals?
No.
depends. It really
Yeah.
depends.
Which Vice Admiral, bro?
Yeah,
Because they
bro.
all suck.
Exactly. That's the point.
I think they're
CP0,
all the
right?
same strength.
Because those, huh?
I think it's,
No, I think
CP0 and
You
Nah,
realize that Spandom is in CP0,
Yeah.
right? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, Lucci,
Yeah.
Spandom.
But not for his strength wise. It was more like his father's clout, most likely. Because remember, he was leading Rob
There's
loosely in them.
more consistent strength-based fighters than there are like Vice Admiral strength-based fighters. Like, there's not a lot of Vice Admirals that truly go. There's like Momonga.
But look, so
And-
but,
Plus what?
You know what I'm saying?
Lucci, if he got some bump, he's still not just below Admiral level. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
you're making it seem like I'm saying he's Admiral level. No,
I'm saying he's not just below it either. I'm
What
saying,
I'm saying
this
is right.
Admiral level,
it's just
whatever Lucci
isn't
has
Vice-
down here,
isn't Vice
and
Admiral
Vice
supposed to
Admiral
be-
could be over or below.
No, but
I don't
isn't
know
Vice
yet.
Admiral supposed to be underneath Admirals?
It's just the
And I'm
next
saying-
rank.
yeah.
But the level of strength, it varies, bro.
And I'm saying no. I'm saying the CP0 in the rank wise are the next rank for
No,
the
they're
Admirals.
in a completely different hierarchy.
I know
That's what I'm
that
saying.
because they're world government Marines. But I'm saying is that they're above the Vice Admiral. Because think of how easily we saw the CP0 take down Drake, and they were
that
at
was circumstantial.
no, dude. It was two CP0s against Drake, Hapu, and two numbers, and they took them down easily as heck.
We're gonna move past
Yeah.
this.
Didn't one of them get bodied?
We're gonna move past this.
No,
That's
okay.
a different
Keep going,
argument.
bro. Yeah,
Alright.
because it's
I
majority
got-
of the room is disagreeing.
All right. But anyway, so then also too, and I like here, we just get word that it's kind of early in the game, but the Straw Hat's about to fight some Seraphims. They're about to go get some Seraphims. We just got word of that. Like, it looks like we're about to see. So this opens up that we might see more of, like, we've seen two, right? So we might see more what they look like, of more what the government's been doing with the Seraphims, of like DNA wise, or who they represent or what they look like. So they might be fighting some Seraphims. So I thought that was interesting, like early on. Like, we just got introduced to them, but the Straw Hat's already probably about to combat them.
Okay. Super chats and then I'll go real quick.
Yeah. We got a $2 super chat from Barney354. It says, Usopp is a god. He no diffs Buggy easily. Usopp did win
you.
the poll, by the way. Thank you so much.
Wow, so all the Buggy fans just like
You can like Buggy and not think he can
Hey,
bang, bro. What
I
are
get you,
talking
but
about?
all that other stuff they were saying before, when it came to Usopp, it just
Yeah.
changed.
Come on.
We can start a Usopp gang if we want. Anyway, Sniper gang. Anyway, we got a $10 super chat from Straw Hat Nelson.
Thank you,
It
Nelson.
says, what reunion are you hoping to see before the end? Mine would be Brooke seeing Laboon again. By the way, hashtag Buggy Gang.
Zoro seeing Kuina.
Zoro
Lawrence,
die?
Lawrence,
dead.
real quick. Real quick.
Oh shoot! Reunion.
Yeah. Can't think of one? Lionel.
Yeah, I can't.
I'll just say Shanks and Makino.
Makino?
Makino. What's
All
that?
right.
Is that her
Seb?
name?
Yeah, you got it.
Literally anybody in Doll. I'm just trying to see Doll more, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Anybody in doll?
Any,
That's what you just said.
so anybody end Doll.
Oh, Law, go. 2 more seconds, Law.
Luffy and Garp, by the way, was my actual one.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go Dragon and Luffy.
All right. Next one.
Reunion, bro.
They met.
Barely.
Did that count as meeting? Conceiving count as meeting?
He saw him off.
We got a $2 super chat from Joyboy Mark. It says, Chopper cured Ice Oni, hashtag Chopper for life, hashtag Seb bad take. Listen, you can say what you want. Them smile dudes on Ebisu Village and them, Chopper ain't do nothing for them. They still laughing.
Nah, it
They
wasn't.
still
It
laughing.
wasn't Chopper's fault. It was Oda's bad writing during
They
Wano.
still laughing, and them kids
Next
are very
one.
clearly
Sebastian,
still
next
giants.
one. We don't got much time, bro.
Giant kids. Anyway, we got another $5 super chat from the last Antari. It says, Larry in his podcast asked, who's everyone's favorite waifu? Wonder what the rest of you decide. Doll, bro. No.
Wait, what? Favorite what?
Favorite girl in One
Best
Piece.
girl in One Piece.
Yeah.
It's actually Robin
Lawrence.
for me.
Bo Hancock.
Lionel.
Same with Sebastian. Robin.
Got you. Kiku. Keep going.
What? Ew. What's wrong with you, man?
Wait.
Larry said,
What is wrong with you,
Is
yo?
Kiku again?
I can't. Izzo's brother, bro.
listen, man.
What the heck?
Shout out to Larry for the open-mindedness.
No.
Take it open mind, bro. I'm being open-minded.
He was dope. Anyway.
We about to have a baby.
It's a guy still though.
Keep going.
We got a $5 super chat from Tony Leon. It says, yo, let's just stop all the Buggy Gang hashtags. Larry didn't even wear it. Psych. Buggy Gang. Yo, I forgot he was psych the whole time. Oh my God. Oh man. Hashtag Buggy Gang. Hashtag Buggy for Pirate King. Hashtag Larry. Got Larry neck. Yeah, got you, bro.
You guys are terrible.
We got him with a psych, bro. It's 2022. I said psych. That was amazing.
Oh my God. Guys, if you haven't liked the video just yet, please like the video. For my take on this situation, I was surprised there were 2 new members of Sword introduced. So I believe now there's like 5 people in Sword that we know of. And I guess Gruss's lackeys too that are behind him. So I guess 8. Gruss kind of looks like Cortisone, but like a little edgier. And I do not like the long brim that he has. I think Doll is a waifu, but also she's a vice admiral. I wonder how strong she is. And that interesting fact that I was going to bring up was the Hibari Hiroshima dialect. She could be a relative of Akainu's. Who knows?
Kobe piping.
Also, I do want to say this. Bring the camera on me more. I want to say this. The fact that Helmeppo and Hibari was willing to go with just Gruss and his little lackeys to an island that contained a Yonko and a bunch of other pirates shows that Kizaru was fucking wildin'. That he couldn't just roll up to Wano and do whatever he wanted by himself. So all of y'all giving this Kizaru hype, just know there's dumbasses in One Piece. And he's one of them. Sorry for the cursing twins. I had to say it. Because y'all be wildin' sometimes with that take. Y'all be acting like Kizaru could have just ended the show.
Who said that?
And that's not, they was doing like, they were saying like, yo, this is why Admirals are over Yonko type argument. Because because Kizaru was just willing to go to Wano by himself, take on 2 Yonkos, plus the Alliance, plus the whatever else that was happening there with the, I guess, this current CP0 that were there. He was just going to solo. I'm glad we got that realized.
Because Zaro couldn't even get past Old Man Rayleigh,
Yeah, bro.
All I'm saying is, y'all need to shut y'all mouths. Let's go to Super Chats.
I have no takes for what you just said.
Let's go to Super Chats, and then we're going to do our sponsor, Marv.
Yeah, we got £5 from Mr. Bushido. Bushido, you're from Europe? I didn't know that. Anyway, wild take, but Vegapunk is modeled after Sanji's mother, Sora, which is why he's not being a simp in the chapter. And the real Vegapunk is the author of the Sora comics.
I don't know much about what you're saying, except for the Sanji part. But I will say you just came from looking at Yamato compared to that chick. I don't know, yo. Yamato, fine, dog. she pushed the bar up.
I just want y'all to know, if Sanji sees Doll, he done. Anyway, but thank you so much for the super chat, Bushido.
Thank you.
And y'all, check out Bushido's theories, man. He got some crazy thoughts in his head, bro. We got a $5 super chat from Drek the Drek. It says, a good doctor would have at least tried to treat/minimize the symptoms of Smile. Chopper didn't even do that.
Yo, it's not Chopper's fault, bro. It's Oda's fault.
I'm going to give Chopper this. I don't know that he ever ran into a Smile user. Did he?
It don't matter, bro. The fact that he didn't run into one proves that it's not his fault. It's Oda's fault.
That's fair.
Anyway, was that the end?
Yeah, that was the last super.
All right, Marv, sponsor, please. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you been struggling lately? Maybe you're having trouble sleeping, difficulty with a relationship, or just struggling from low self-esteem. Listen, I've been there. We've been there. If so, then today's BetterHelp wants to help you. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Talk to your therapist in a private, online environment at your own convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire, simple as that, to help assess your specific needs. And then you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Then you schedule a secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages and everything you share is completely confidential. I happened to sign up at one point regarding my confidence issues. Next thing you know, my confidence issues are not issues anymore. I'm doing pretty well in that area. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Special offer goes out to all that One Piece Talk listeners. You get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TOPT. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TOPT. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode.
No.
All right, super chats.
Yeah, we got 2 more super chats. We got a $20 super chat from James Hudson. It says, #BuggyGang. #Larry has bad takes. Mecha shark for next shark submerge.
What?
Yeah, thank you. Know what I mean?
All right, thank you.
James.
And no thank you.
James, shout out to you, man. And we got a 6-month membership to Yonko status from Jordan. Thank you so much,
Thank
Jordan.
you, Jordan. I appreciate you, bro.
It says, yo, you guys always killing it. Chopper was goated last episode, though, and Robin's the best girl. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I actually watched the last couple episodes of the anime. Chopper was dope. Chopper was out here slamming Queen, bro. He was doing all type. It was fire. It was fire.
All right.
Taking arrows.
Next question, guys. We are finally able to have a conversation with Bonney. She complains that Luffy doesn't know who he is, and she's a part of the worst generation. So, Luffy just kind of goes, okay. Then she thanks him for saving her, and Luffy says, no prob, Boggy. We see everyone drying themselves off except for Jinbei because he's a fish, obviously. Then Bonney asks Luffy what's up with his poster. She thought his hair was all white. Luffy says, oh, that's what I look like when I'm free. Then she asks, what does that mean? And he just ignores her. Then they all realize they're hungry, and Bonney tells them there's no restaurants here. This is a government island, and it's called Egghead. It's a place 500 years in the future and houses Dr. Vegapunk's laboratory. Then someone says, it's Vegapunk. If Vegapunk's here, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. Tell me your thoughts about all that just happened, Lawrence.
So, I just thought it was interesting with the whole Bonney bringing out Luffy's thing. So I'm trying to be quick because we don't have a lot of time, right? I just want to point out, like, her pointing out Luffy's hair being white and Luffy representing all whiteness, right? Because I know in the Japanese culture, right, all whiteness, like for in martial arts, represents like you reach the highest level of like martial arts, right? And even in some cases, like it represents purity. And Luffy being the Nika, the God mode, I wonder if that represents like Luffy's supposed to be pure in like the highest state, you know? Mm-hmm. So I'm showing that I wanted that it just gave knowledge to pointing towards that why his hair is white and he's dressed in all white. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was interesting. And Bonney pointing out like her wanting to meet up with Egghead, I think that has to do with like Kuma, right? I just to cover it up. I just think Kuma and Bonney have some type of either it could be I thought of 2 things, their husband and wife, right? Or that's his daughter. They're related somehow because Kuma's from the Sherbet Kingdom, mm-hmm. right? And when Bonney went on Marijoa during delivery, she dressed up as that old lady, right? Mm-hmm. They called her the current queen. Since Kuma was the former king, they called her the current king of that kingdom, right? So, and then it made me think of like, and it's interesting because like Kuma. So the reason I'm bringing it up is that for them to accept that kingdom there, you have to be invited there. That kingdom's allied with the world government, right? Because they said, oh, they already knew who she was. So them being aligned with that world government, and Kuma being the former king of there, but yet we hear 2 things with Kuma, that he was a pirate and a revolutionary. Yeah. So that's very interesting. So I'm just like, and then the fact that Bonney goes to tears when she saw Kuma in that state, and she's blaming Vegapunk for operating on Kuma, turning him into what he was, the former king of this kingdom, per either potential father, husband, or some type of that kingdom. So I think she's gonna have words or attack Vegapunk for a relationship with Kuma.
Okay. What about you, Seb?
I definitely agree with that. Bonney having beef with Vegapunk that's easy. Like that just makes sense. If you have any relationship with Kuma and he's now this mindless slave robot that's living through this, and she saw it live action on the Reverie, Hell no, she's gonna have problems with that. Shout out to Bonney trying to give Doll a run in this chapter. You feel me? I don't know how old Bonney is though, so I'm gonna shut up there. But shout out to her. I thought that was funny as hell. Larry, you were wrong. Jinbei is wiping himself off in here. Yeah, you still get wet, bro. It's clothes, whatever. But I thought it was cool that they're separated. Chopper asking Luffy if he had money was funny as hell to me. Egghead being 500 years in the future, that's instant Vegapunk vibes, you know what I'm saying? And then Vegapunk is his laboratory. I hope he's based off Dexter, low-key. Anyway,
I thought of Sonic.
But, yeah, I didn't have much. It was just a cool little interaction. Chopper was cute.
All right. Read the super chats and then we'll go to Lano.
Okay, yeah. We got £2 from Mr. Bushido. It says, Ulti also thought she could beat a Yonko, Larry. Yeah, people in One Piece is dumb. This is something we learned a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Crocodile thought he could beat Whitebeard. Like,
You just proved my point.
Overconfidence, man.
Yeah, people be wild. Do you believe in yourself? We got another $10 from Joy Boy Mark.
Thank you so much, Joy Boy Mark.
It says, do you guys think Franky's going to be the MVP of this arc? Franky almost always MVP on the low.
He could be.
Yeah.
Especially since it's very relative to Vegapunk.
Took Sanji's job.
MVP guy?
Yeah.
Sanji was MVP always in pre-time
Fifth
skip.
place. Coming up. Thank you.
I hope it's a Franky-centric arc, though.
Yeah,
Seriously.
same.
It'll be dope.
Like Frankie's arc?
Yeah. We got $4.49 from Ghani. It says, it's been a minute, had to show the boys some love. What y'all think about Vegapunk getting Straw Hat DNA, Seraphim Luffy, and Zoro?
Might be possible.
Yeah.
Might be possible.
I would love to see Seraphim Luffy.
That'd be crazy.
Love to see
That would be pretty dope.
We already seen Oars.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Next one. Thank
yeah.
you.
And then we got $5 from Ronor Chris. It says, gotta go, but great show, fellas. Question for y'all. Is Vegapunk from the moon? And or will the Straw Hats ever visit the moon?
His descendants might be from, like, his ancestors might be from the moon. But is he from the moon? No. He was actually stated to be born on Karakuri.
I have no good Vegapunk theories on him, y'all. None.
It's not a theory, though. It's literally stated in a chapter.
They said
That his peoples are from the moon?
Yeah, it was quoted on a cover story by Oda. That he, not by the moon, but that he was born on Karakuri.
Was that his hometown or he was actually born there?
He was born there, and then it was his hometown, and he raised himself.
That's that.
Yeah.
Did Part make that video yet? The one he showed us with the cover story with.
I think Parr mentioned it in the video, but I don't think he's actually put it into video form.
Because I want to know that because that was crazy
Yeah.
when he showed us.
Read that one, and then we're gonna get to Lano for sure. We did that $20 one.
Yes.
Okay.
And we got a $8 super chat from Shandi Wandi. It says, do you think there could be a Seraphim for Ace from the time he spent Impelled Down?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's gonna
do that one too. I guess we got to do that one too.
I'm a big no on the Seraphim Ace. We already got Ace 2.0 with Sabo. I don't need no more Aces.
I can see it. This also.
Unless he's just dead. But
Yeah.
What are we gaining from that? Anyway, we got a, what is CFC?
just say $5.
We got
It's easy.
$5 from Sanji Istalia.
Thank you.
It says, hi guys, I'm from Switzerland.
Hey.
I love your show so much. My question is, do you think that Arlong is showing up in Mary Joa as a slave? That would be gold.
I would hope so.
It would hurt though. It would hurt my heart. It would. I loved Arlong.
Sebastian's saying it would hurt his heart.
Y'all remember, I loved Arlong as a villain when
This
he hit
powerful fishman tree.
I like Arlong better than Jinbei.
Sebastian was true for
Listen,
Honestly,
but the thing is, just the story of it. The fact that Arlong, after what he went through when he was younger on Fishman Island and stuff,
Yeah.
Fisher Tiger,
Yeah.
Nami's village, to him to be a slave now, like that, it would kill him.
All right.
All right.
Lionel, the Bonney part. Tell me what your thoughts are about it.
I just thought it was pretty interesting that what Luffy did. You know, we knew that Luffy's not gonna remember her at all because he didn't even see her at all. She interacted with Zolo. So it's funny with Luffy being like, though like he was Gear 5th, even though he had black hair, so he didn't go Gear 5th. I thought the egghead being 500 years in the future was pretty interesting because I think they linked that to before.
They did.
The saying that Vegapunk's technology or his mind or whatever is like 500 years in its future. So saying that this island is like representing Vegapunk's mind or technology because it's probably filled with it. But
Yeah, Kuma said that.
Yeah, something like how far Vegapunk's mind is, we don't know, but showing that it's 500 years ahead of its time. So like, it's very interesting showing the genius of Vegapunk. But I'm gonna probably move on. So yeah.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, wow. That was the fastest one he's ever done. I was like, yeah, we're for a ride. I know. All right, so the crew is separated again. I didn't mention this in my reaction video, but that kind of bugged me. I hate having the crew separated all the time. I want to see them experience things together. I like moments like that, so Oda just needs to be a better writer to have them all together. Bonney is obviously the top waifu in this chapter. She's very, very attractive. That we're saying this about cartoon characters. Maybe the best in the chapter, though, could be Jinbei without a shirt. And also, his nipple is mad far, bro.
Jinbei,
bro. You feel me? Poke that thing out. Bonney asking what was up with his white hair did interest me because TCB did a great job explaining what he said, but I wanted to see what Viz translation said. And it started to make me see that it was no difference in translation, but it meant the same thing. It makes me think now, how much does the willpower of the fruit take over Luffy in certain moments? And it's something that I brought up in previous episodes, that I don't know sometimes if Luffy's in control or this devil fruit that seems to control reality to some degree is in control, because Luffy answered in a weird way, and then when Bonney asked for him to clarify, he didn't respond back. So it was like, I don't know if the devil fruit didn't respond back or made Luffy not respond back, but overall Luffy just didn't respond back, which is, I feel like he didn't really ignore her purposely. It was like, I ignored you because the devil fruit doesn't want me to either expand on what I'm feeling, or I don't have that type of knowledge just yet, but something's just happening. That was weird. Lastly, I do think Vegapunk finally figured out how to change the climate of an island, because Katakuri had that big thing on top of it, and it was to cause like the geothermal to warm the island up. But he wasn't able to do so because the old man said that the resources he needed was not there in order for him to do so. So he cried because he couldn't make the island warm. But if you look at this island, it is winter, right? But if you look at the bottom of the island, there are tropical trees. So I think that Vegapunk actually changes the climate too cold, and it's usually hot. But yeah, anyway, next one. All right, so before we start calls, we're going to do this last question, and then we're going to take calls. All right, Marv? All right. So the giant robot that saved the Straw Hats from the Metal Shark is holding the Mary with the rest of the Straw Hats on it. All the Straw Hats have a different expression to the robot, and then someone pops out. This person states, another failure. Why isn't it possible to control the urges of living creatures? Franky thanks the person for saving them, and this person says they only ordered the mecha shark to recon, report, and to bombard. They don't want it to eat anything because no valuables would be left behind. Then the person takes their helmet off, and it's a woman. She says that she didn't say anything about saving some filthy pirates either. She's just a humble scientist hired for the government, and you can call her Dr. Vegapunk. Go off on your thoughts regarding what's happening here, Lionel.
Honestly, my mind was all over the place. Honestly, with this reveal, because again,
he was like, damn, shorty thick.
Listen.
No, because everybody assumed and thought, and Oda put it, that Vegapunk was a guy.
Lionel saw all these chicks being introduced, and they were all fine. And you remember that Shannon Sharp video where he drinks the Mountain Dew, and he's like, oh! All right, continue, Lionel. My bad.
I mean, so I was thinking in my head, like, because I also thought like maybe Vegapunk posse like hid her identity, like she probably disguised herself or did something that made her people appear that now I'm actually a guy. Also thought of a crazy thought, like if Uncle got upset, find out where Vegapunk was and turned her into a woman. I thought that, like, I'm like, nah, that didn't happen. But that went I was thinking so many other things, like, because I was thinking in my head, even the Mads, because I was going by, like, because how young Vegapunk looks here, how old does she look? Max maybe her 20s, like maybe mids or late 20s, maybe in 30s. But when you go to the Wikipedia, they tell you pretty much how old the Mads are. The Mads, they said at least 24 years old. and they said Judge and Queen are the same age. They're 56. Then I found out how old Caesar is, because Caesar is 40 right now. He was 16 during the match. I'm trying to think, okay, then how old was this girl? Because if she's the youngest, like she was, because I'm thinking in my head, it could be similar to where Robin was. Robin was 8 years old when she aced her archaeology exam, and she was with the scholars at age 8. So I'm thinking in my head, was she that young during the Mads? Because again, Queen and Judge were 32, Caesar was 16, and she was younger. And I guess you could understand maybe why also Caesar's grudge against Vegapunk, because like he was a young, brilliant scientist. Now Vegapunk's even younger than him, even a better scientist than he was. So you could see the rivalry why he hates Vegapunk so much. But again, we don't know. It could be it could be another reveal why. Because we don't. Is this really Vegapunk also? Like there's a question like, is this really Vegapunk or it's something else? I even thought of that. This is Law's sister. Like she alive and something happened to use her body.
Oh man!
I'm not saying Law's sister is Vegapunk, but this could be her body.
Lami?
Yeah.
Was that her name?
Yeah, I was again.
Did she look like this?
No, because she was little.
Yeah.
This is older now. But I'm thinking there could be other stuff going on in my head. But it was just a lot of thought was going on in my head. I also even thought that I told Lawrence that because the other translation, Bonney and Vegapunk, could be related.
Yes,
I thought that too. Sisters, because in the other translation they said like we got business, and I thought that was more of like they know each other maybe. But now it's like I'm gonna
Give her a piece of my mind.
Get a piece of my mind. That's a little different than the other translations. So I'm thinking maybe they don't know each other, but it's a possibility because with Kuma and her, they may have a relation. But I also thought they could be sisters
And tying
or relatives. So
Okay. Law?
yeah, this is play what Lionel was saying also too. How Akaino's reaction to Bonney back with when she was captured by Blackbeard. It's like when you ran away from the world government, right? And that's how I was tying it to the Sherbet Kingdom I was saying before, is that for some reason she has a place beside the world government that they kind of value Bonney, right? So it's still like a bunch of theories going on that she's a possible queen of the Sherbet Kingdom and maybe a relative or knows Vegapunk and has a relationship with Kuma. So there's some because like Akaino's word specifically, he says, a cold shiver went down my spine when I heard you left, right? For Akaino, of all people, to say the ruthless Akaino, the absolute justice, I hate pirates. But a pirate is saying, when he's saying to a pirate, a cold shiver went down my spine when you left the world government, right? So I thought that was interesting. So he cares for her. And then when she left, he felt some type of way about it.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought that was interesting. And then, so that's why I always bring out the Bonnie's relationship here, that she's some type of royalty or she's special in a way towards the world government. And it could be her ties with either Vegapunk or that she's the queen of a kingdom that's allied with them because when in her old age, she resembled that queen Dogeware, whatever. I forgot how to say it. Yeah, but they called her Connie instead of Bonney. Maybe she disguised her name and chose Bonney as a pirate. But it's also interesting that you have two pirates from that, two kings or queens from that kingdom that became pirates. Kuma and Bonney. But yeah, so the whole thing here I thought was interesting is that I don't know why I thought of Sonic, Egghead and
Eggman.
Eggman and Egghead and then Vegapunk. Sega, like the way he's felt very similar. So I was like, I don't know why I thought of Sonic.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if Oda was a Sonic fan growing up or whatever. So I thought that was very interesting.
Who wasn't, bro?
Yeah.
Except for Smash Bros. Sonic, couldn't stand that. Freaking cheating ass special.
So then, and then you have Vegapunk coming out. I did not expect her to be a woman because, like you said, the way the show kind of alluded to is that she was going to be a man, right? So there's adventure theories going on that, and to me, I believe that this Vegapunk is actually a woman. I know there's other theories about it, but for some reason, I just feel like no, this is her, you know, and it's showing her genius she's this 5 years into the brain-wise, but she's this young.
Yeah.
You know? So she could have been part of the Mads at 8. I believe that because her mind is 500 years into the future. So she's that smart. And I think that's all on the cover for now. But yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sebastian, read the super chat real quick and then go.
Yeah, we got a $50 super chat from Joy Boy Mark.
Yo, Joy Boy Mark.
Hey.
Thank you so much, bro. Jeez. You are killing it right now. Also, Save your money. Thank you. Thank you so much.
But yeah, it says, last question. Do you think Luffy will win Vegapunk over to helping them find the last road poneglyph?
I don't think it would be for the road poneglyph, but I think he will win him over somewhat, depending on who Vegapunk actually is.
I'll say this. Based off what Vegapunk has been willing to do, he's not, or she, is not the type of person Luffy would vibe with.
Yeah.
Just the robots and controlling people and even DNA and all that. I don't think Luffy's vibing with that. But the fact that them kids are there from Punk Hazard, maybe. I also want to point out that something we didn't point out, Tashigi's here. Where's Smoker at?
That's actually a good question. Because he want to go see Vegapunk.
He want to see Vegapunk. Tashigi's still here. Them kids still here. So we might get a Luffy Smoker reunion.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I feel about my boy Smoker.
I just want to add real quick because I forgot to say it. From what I hear of Vegapunk's word, she hates pirates. She called them filthy pirates.
Yeah.
So to me, it goes out. She disdains them. She hates them.
She could also just point out that Marines are filthy too.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
Yeah. In regards to the chapter itself, I'll try to make it quick because I do want to get the calls. I still don't think Vegapunk is a woman, just because of the pretense that we've gotten in the past was a lot of he and him, and he grew up here. Like, this person seemed to have intimate knowledge of Vegapunk's life, and still said that it was a guy in that way. And in general, the numbers that were on people's shoulders tell me that there might be more to that. Whether it's a pain thing, whether it's a hive mind consciousness thing, or just shells, or what's the word I'm looking for? Not clones per se, but other beings of consciousness that just share like a unimind kind of thing. Yeah, I think Vegapunk is a dude ultimately, and this is a proxy.
Yeah.
I did want to say I put a poll up in the chat, and y'all got Doll losing. Y'all shameful, man. Bonney was showing a whole lot of skin, and y'all fell for that. And y'all don't even know how old she is. I'm calling Chris Hansen on y'all. Alright? Doll grown. Face card Doll all day, every day.
I just like how Tashigi got no play.
Yeah. No, she was in there.
No, but she ain't.
No one even mentions her.
In Shigi's defense, I put Jinbei on there over her. I do want to say that Vegapunk low-key is Dexter and Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory fused into one person right now. I love that.
You idiot.
And I got Fallout vibes. But Larry,
do J-Song before I go.
Yeah, we got another super chat from J-Song, $10. It says,
Thank you so much.
First super chat, been listening since episode 34. Damn.
Arigato.
Y'all think... y'all think Blackbeard kidnapping Kobe setting up another God Valley incident? By the way, Larry has bad taste. Taste or takes?
He meant to say take.
I don't know, man.
No, I think
you said Kiku, bro.
Yeah,
You said that, bro.
That was a joke, obviously. I had a whole segment about
also,
Kiku.
this is completely unrelated, but there was a lot of Arlong discussion in the chat. Yeah. Arlong Park or Walk the Franky family, which was better? Real quick from y'all, because they wanted to know.
Walk the Franky.
Walk the Franky. Arlong Park was winning most of them.
The arc?
No, the walk. But which walk was better?
Walk the Franky.
Walk the Franky.
Arlong Park.
Arlong Park. I think the inciting moment with Luffy with the hat makes Arlong Park better.
Yeah. Okay.
But whatever.
Yeah, that was iconic.
Yeah. But go ahead, Larry.
I think it doesn't set up another God Valley just because Kobe is not that important.
Damn. Hate to see it.
Feelings.
All right, so you said the same
I
feelings?
said feelings.
Yeah. All right, so chapter 433, Kobe says Vegapunk is a he, that he's amazing. Even when it comes to that devil fruit you ate to Luffy. Then Kobe says he discovered how devil fruits confer their powers and even developed a tech where you can feed a devil fruit to inanimate objects. That was his biggest project from last year, which was 3 years ago. Chapter 485, Kuma states that Vegapunk's scientific prowess is 500 years ahead of mankind, and he also states Vegapunk's a he. Chapter 549. I said 485? Chapter 549, Otis states that Vegapunk was born on Katakuri Island. Chapter 840, Yanji states that in his younger days, Vegapunk's great discovery was the presence of bloodline elements in living things, meaning he could build humans.
Larry's spitting, bro.
Chapter 658,
Go off.
Caesar states,
Talk to him.
I thought he was the only one who could produce laser technology. It's a he.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if Oda
The weirdest
goes,
retcon ever for no reason.
Oda retcons this and just goes, nah, bro, it's a chick. Yo, bad writing again. Wano continues.
Yeah.
Wano continues.
That's why I say woman.
There's way too much evidence. There's too many people that have seen Vegapunk directly and have called him a he, right? And to my point is, too, the way he talks. There was, I believe, during Punk Hazard, one of the Marines says that they say, like, he talks like an old man.
Yeah.
As well. So there's too many ways of saying, like, I don't think Vegapunk just has a transgender moment. He's a guy. Like, biologically, he's a guy. Has he changed himself into a chick?
He can be beyond.
He can do
gender.
more than that, because I think what's happening right now is the Vegapunk chick, has a satellite antenna on her ear. So she could just be receiving the same way Pain was able to use chakra rods in order to move like Yahiko and make him do things and talk through him. I think that's what's happening with Vegapunk right now. And also, she has a number 2 on her chest. So, like, the interesting part was we actually are getting something that was foreshadowed in Thriller Bark with Dr. Hogback, where he used the actress Sindri and made her come alive. And if we're going to consider that Vegapunk is just 500 years in advance, he's doing that currently, but at a better degree. And it also goes back to what Yonji said, right? Yonji said, we can build humans. Humans are buildable. Does it depend on time? I don't know, but he just built the Seraphim. Yeah. So that means that, he built this chick. Mm-hmm. It would be crazy if he was Law's sister. That would be kind of wild, like, and out of nowhere. But I do believe that, it's Vegapunk's a guy. Straight up. Vegapunk's a guy. He's the smartest person in the show. We're going to see some Seraphins. Probably going to see them in cryostasis where they're not activated. And we're probably going to get a lot that we've never seen before. And this makes me very interested in what Oda is going to do, because throughout history and TV shows, we've always seen people try to do futuristic things. And then they later in life became possible. Star Trek, for example, they used to talk to their watches, or like doors used to fly, flush open. It's like, I want to see where Oda's creativity and mind goes to with Vegapunk. Because if he indeed is creating like this whole new world, I feel like we went from pirates to possibly going into the age of the future, which is like going to be a huge twist on the whole series.
Mm-hmm. You think like Vegapunk's like wife got killed? He's trying to find his son? Nah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fallout vibes, bro. That's all I get from Vegapunk.
But it's going to be interesting, man. I think Vegapunk itself is, we're going to learn things about the moon, maybe. We're going to learn about his grandfather, possibly, if that was his grandfather, in the cover chapter with Enel, with the mini pacifistas, because that guy is from Katakuri Town, too. We might learn a lot about just overall every freaking thing. Yeah. And I think our minds are going to be blown. Yeah. I don't even think Oda has to have good writing at this point when it comes to Vegapunk. I think that the things that we're going to see, we might even learn, like, time travel. Show
it that, bro.
Yeah, Sebastian.
We already got that, yo. I don't need that, yo.
I understand, but what I'm saying is, if he can confer devil fruit powers into other people, and just he understands the devil fruit powers, because it was said in the SBS that a certain professor will tell us about what devil fruits truly are. We're probably going to see a history of devil fruits in a book that's possibly been created by him. He's probably going to have Toki's fruit in there. He's probably going to be able to manipulate time to some degree. Bro, it's limitless, because devil fruits are limitless. And I do want to point out one thing before I finish. I got a shout out to the anime during Franky's moment on Katakuri.
Oh, Larry anime shout out?
There was a foreshadow in the anime that wasn't in the manga. And it was a picture of a devil fruit, an ape, and Vegapunk putting both of them together. And it's a picture you could search up like on Google. You just put up Vegapunk, devil fruit, animal, whatever. It's going to pop up.
It better not be one of these wild ass.
No. As long as you type that in. But that was in the anime, but it was never in the manga. So that was a foreshadow to what's actually happening now with everything else. And
this thing right here?
Yeah, that's the picture. So it's a rocket plus a devil fruit, and then he puts the rocket into the animal.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to say one more thing. So Vegapunk states, so you remember my theory saying that the reason why I thought that Vegapunk thought that Momonosuke's devil fruit, even though it was a perfect replica, was a failure because he couldn't transfer the will of the devil fruit. Mm-hmm. Vegapunk just stated in this chapter that he can't fully control the urges of animals. So that means he can't fully control the wills of previous people or devil fruits or swords or just devil fruits in general to other things, right? So we might see the seraphims counteracting to all this.
So they're acting to their own natural nature of things?
Yeah, they might start like, this is probably why Kobe yelled out, like, yo, chill out. Like, we might see some, I'm telling you, we got to take Vegapunk the F out.
I want to bring that to light, that's adding one thing to it. Is there anything that you brought up? Because I was rewatching the Reform War in the manga. And remember when Bone Hancock stepped in front of Luffy? The pacifistas reacted immediately, oh, that's a Shichibukai, and stopped. But the seraphims, to bring to your point, they're in danger of attacking Marines, and Kobe had to yell at them. Yet on the sight of an ally, the old pacifistas stopped, but these ones didn't. So that's interesting.
Vegapunk didn't transfer the will of Kuma. Yeah. He just made a replica of Kuma's body.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm only saying, so I might have been wrong. But anyway, Marv, put that phone number up, please. And everybody, if you haven't liked the stream yet, please like the stream, if so. And shout us out on social media if you can as well. Thank you so much. Arigato. Now, let's get some calls in. I know that was quick, guys.
Y'all love that.
Yes,
hey, what's going on? My name is Larry from that OnePiece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hey, it's your boy NerdTaku.
Hey, Taku back on the top spot.
What's up, man? How are you?
I just figured I would, just take that spot whenever I feel like it.
That's a good one. Man. What's up, man? Talk to us.
But first off, yeah, you guys did do Doll mad dirty in the chat because she definitely deserves the top spot. Facts. I actually agree with Sebastian on this.
Facts, bro. Face card only. And she got a little... They short from the back, too. She was a little thick.
Yeah.
Anyway, man. Anyway.
For sure. But my question is, so what type of upgrades do you think that Franky will get this arc? Because it seems pretty obvious that it's going to be his arc. And do you believe that Vegapunk and Franky will fight?
Ooh.
If they fight, Vegapunk wiping, bro.
I mean,
you got to look at it this. You remember Iron Man 3? Where Iron Man had all the robots fly in?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Vegapunk could probably do that, bro.
He might fight one of Vegapunk's creations. I don't think he's fighting Vegapunk.
Bro, he could probably fight the entire Straw Hats.
He probably got one for each. He had what, 12? That had 12 on it?
I could actually see Vegapunk and Franky more bonding off their scientific minds.
He's basically his idol, no?
It depends. Yeah. We have to learn what the person... We have very small information regarding who Vegapunk is.
Yeah.
And he just seems like a scientist. He doesn't seem... The first sign of filthy pirates is the first time. But I don't know if he's going to be filthy Marines too. Yeah. Because they probably caged him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because... Interesting because we heard about the mask, what happened, but he says, I got hired. Well, look, you mostly got kidnapped. Mm-hmm. But he says hired, so I thought that was kind of interesting. But also I thought with Lawrence, Franky did something that he made, took Vegapunk's research and made a laser beam. And Caesar got mad, I thought Vegapunk was the only one to do that. So he might be impressed with Franky that he's able to do that as well.
Yeah.
So he might be impressed with Franky's mind.
He might want to take him out, though. No.
Or even take Franky and try to dissect him and make him...
He might try to work on
him.
Oh, snap. This is a cyborg. He didn't have to do all this other crap that I did. How he doing that? I don't know.
I think it's going to be intriguing with some things. I think Vegapunk's going to be heavily interested in Luffy's ability, his fruit. And I think what's going to happen with... he's going to be interested in Franky because, what they brought that out too. But also, it seems like Vegapunk also seems like he's humble. He said he was humble, but... But he mentioned, I'm just a humble scientist. And it could be the fact that he got hired them because they intrigued his scientific nature, as in like, oh, I get to do this. Like, gave him more material because Katakuri, he probably didn't have much material.
They said that he didn't have the resources.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you have the world government giving him all the resources he could dream of. So he's just like, and this way his mind is going with it. Oh, he's basically focused on his science. Yeah. He's one of those type of scientists.
I think there's one thing that Franky's gonna do, and Vegapunk's gonna lose his shit. Franky's gonna extend his front body. And Vegapunk is just gonna Vegapunk's gonna lose his mind and go Suke like Chopper Usahabuki does.
Taku, what do you think? You think Franky's scrapping with Vegapunk or not?
So at first I was thinking that he would, because like Franky has like kind of a moral standard. Like we see that like in Dressrosa, he like is like, yo, I'm gonna fight these people whether you're with me or not, because I think that what's happening to them is wrong. But then I was thinking about like how Tom was his teacher, and Tom taught him that like scientific research and like weapons and stuff like that aren't inherently bad. It's people who use them. So the fact that they are used by other people against like, you know, the Straw Hats and other people, it's not the weapon's fault, and it's not the scientist who creates them. So I feel like he'll get along with him. And I actually had, I put it in one of my videos when I was doing the analysis of all the wanted posters, but Franky having the Sunny as his wanted picture, I have a feeling that the Sunny is going to get an upgrade, and eventually it's just going to be like him in a Megazord that's made out of the Sunny being like the end form for Franky to be able to fight that big dude that's on Blackbeard's crew. So I feel like that's eventually going to happen, and I think that going to Vegapunk's island and getting that technology along with like the Queen stuff and everything, I think is just going to be like the icing on the cake that gives Franky that crazy advantage to be even stronger.
Yeah. I can see that. I can totally see that.
I mean, I always thought Franky's gonna fight Hedges Burgess because the Macho Man thing.
That's been my thought process as well. But somebody gotta fight that giant thing.
I thought Jinbei, yeah,
the whole time.
In the water, that thing is huge. Jinbei, and also Jinbei's been fighting huge dudes. The same thing at Fishman Island, yeah. So. I don't
know. I'd rather Jinbei fight Vasco Shot.
They did that in you guys don't read Black Clover, but they did that in Black Clover where they turned their little home base into like a giant mech, and like they fought somebody with it.
That sounds funny.
Yeah, that is interesting though.
Or you think we're gonna get Vegapunk, like that giant robot we saw him punch that shark with Franky's robot he used at Fishman Island? Them two just
like scrapping.
But yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that, because in an SBS, Oda shows Franky at age like 50 and then 70, and then there's like an alternate timeline one where Franky's like evil, and it shows him like a robot that looks similar to Vegapunk's robot.
Yeah.
But then at age 70, he's a battleship. Like, so it wouldn't be crazy.
So Taku, you think we're in that negative timeline? You just said that he's gonna become the battleship, the Mechazoid version.
No, because that's like Franky completely like integrated himself into the ship. I think he's going to keep his humanity, but use that thought process to make something even bigger. Because like the General Franky or whatever is like super cool, but like how do you get bigger and better than that? Like Sasaki was kind of, you know, fodder, it seemed, but I mean eventually there's going to be bigger and better opponents, so like how do you take them on with Vegapunk technology and bigger and better robots?
Yeah, I'm all for a Franky arc, that's all I know.
Yeah, same. He was my favorite Straw Hat pre-time skip, so.
But all right, Taku, thank you so much for calling, man. We got to take some other callers, but really, always, man.
Thank you, Taku. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course. And much love to Aaron Tate. Sorry I had to steal the spot.
Talk to you later, Taku.
Have a good one.
You too.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Hit that real quick.
Yeah, we got a $5 super chat from Mr. Bushido. It says, I posted the Sanji Vegapunk theory on Discord. You should check it out. I think this will be Franky and Chopper's arc, but Nami will get an upgrade too? ?
I would like her to get a replicated Devil Fruit of Dragons if he has the Weather Fruit. Hey, what's
Gotcha.
going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you? Hola? Konnichiwa?
Olo.
Hello.
Konbanwa?
Banwa.
Mosh.
Mosh mosh?
Moshi. Yeah, go ahead. Hang up.
Yeah, hang up.
I think Usopp's gonna get an upgrade too. He should.
Oh, hey, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you? Mosh mosh?
Nothing again.
Nothing, Marv?
Hello?
Hello? I can hear
Hello?
you. What's up, man? Who
Part
are you and
twice
how
if
are
you're in
you?
Milwaukee. That one hurt.
was so
It's alright.
Why do you hang up? Can you not hear us?
Alright.
Gotcha.
Hey, what's going on? This is
You
Larry
guys
from That
hear
One
me
Piece
now?
Talk.
'Cause I was the one who was calling last time. Nothing was happening.
Oh, this is Jeverse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh,
why
what
you
up?
why you causing issues, man?
Yeah, man. You never
Calling
call.
up, man. What's up,
My
man?
bad. Anyway, like 2 quick things before I get into my main little thing.
Here we go.
In the anime, you actually can hear Vegapunk speaking to Caesar, like during the flashback. So he
Right.
already has a voice actor.
I didn't know that.
And
Is that voice actor
and-
male or female? I mean, not that it would matter.
it's,
too much.
it's an older guy.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
And then the Vivre card, there's like a quote from Bonney saying, Vegapunk, I need Vegapunk to turn my father back. So I'm assuming now with the context of what we got going on now, I'm assuming that Kuma is Bonnie's father.
Interesting.
What
is this
card was that?
hold on, is it a Vivre card?
Yeah, Vivre card.
search
It's
this
like
up, so.
I gotta start
quote that she has. Yeah.
reading
I
these.
sent it in the Discord earlier.
Yo, can
I
you
could probably
can you
do it.
tag me in that real quick?
With the Vivica
Yeah, I
dictionary
got
thing?
you.
Yeah.
You want me to do it like right now?
Yeah.
Nah, not right now. Do it after. Do it after. Get to your question.
All right. So, Larry, this is mostly for you.
Okay.
You've had an issue with how prominent Sanji has been these last 2 arcs.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel now that there's a chance he's gonna be prominent in this arc too?
Yo, I was gonna bring this up too.
Who?
Cause science. It's like
Yeah.
his whole thing. Like,
How do I feel about it?
Oh yeah. He could-
I don't know, bro. How am I supposed to feel about it, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, how am I supposed? Yo, he got all this shine, most of post time skip since Fishman Island, and now he gonna get more shine. Meanwhile, Zoro, second best character on the crew, most liked character if Luffy wasn't there. He could even have his own show, and he just gets backseat to this horrible, likable character. I don't know, man.
He's just not him. It's that
I just won't get it. I'll never get why Oda does some of the things he does.
Zoro's the past, bro. We in
you
the
gotta get
future.
with the times. It's all
You know
about
what I mean?
science now.
Like people. This is the thing too that I don't be understanding about people. They be hyping the shit out of Mihawk, right? But like, the progress we've seen from Zoro has been so limited towards that goal. And it's like, if Mihawk is this all-time strong character in the verse, like, and we spend most of our time with Sanji, how are we gonna feel when Zoro finally beats Mihawk? It's like you barely had any instances of progression except for like a couple fights, and you struggled in one.
That's why Sanji's gonna beat Mihawk instead.
Oh,
He owed it
yo,
to-
That would be
yo,
bad
Marv,
writing.
hang up.
That would be bad.
That's so terrible.
That's-
man.
That's a series
And that's the thing too.
dropper.
It's like, I don't hate Sanji. I just hate the way he, like, Oda portrays him, and like how much importance he's put on Sanji when the story is not as good. Like, the story could have just been so much better, and Wano for itself could have been so much better. I don't think that's wrong to say. I got my gripes, man, but whatever.
Sanji season continues. It's like season.
It's gonna
It's like
continue.
season 8.
I don't even want to think about it. That's why and this is what it is. I think this is why most people want this to be Franky's arc.
I want it to be Franky's arc.
Because it's like, yo, it might turn into another Sanji arc.
It's not gonna be. He's gonna play a part because he's Judge's son, and Vegapunk used to work with Judge, so he's gonna play a part. I don't think it's gonna be Sanji's arc, but Vegapunk is probably going to acknowledge that and probably have somewhat interest in Sanji. But so I don't think Sanji's gonna get an upgrade again. But I think also too. I think a lot of times he's Vegapunk. Oden's giving Sanji this thing because he be anyway, Sanji is a gag character in the One Piece crew. He's not only the joke, but he gets a lot of like funny stuff happen to him.
He's more of a joke than Brook is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Brook says jokes 24/7.
It's like 90% of his dialogue.
But like we laugh at him.
Yeah.
When Sanji does it, we're like, oh, again.
You are.
Yeah, I mean, because he's the comedian though. They make Sanji, even his name was supposed to be Naruto. It was supposed to be like Sanji's supposed to be a character you're supposed to laugh at. So that's why even when even when Sanji's fights, like even though everybody's like having a serious fight, Oda always adds a comedic thing in his fights.
The worst move Oda ever did for the Straw Hats was take Sanji from doing the smart, needed, required things when he was the only person that could do it in the background. But instead, he pushed him to the forefront. And ever since then, his character has dipped significantly.
But he still does those things. You just don't acknowledge them. It's the difference.
I guess. I mean, I don't know what to say. I guess. That's all you gotta say, man?
Yeah.
Yo, Verse, I love that we're hearing your voice again, man. It's been a while. I hope you're not working too hard.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah. Listen, bro. Make that money. Don't let it make you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can be the
that
best
Starbucks shit get serious.
marine biologist of all time, bro.
For real, bro.
Feel me? I think that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
Whatever fish sticks you frying, bro. Just know it's in the name of science.
You trying to be Vegapunk?
Yeah, at what point do you put Jinbei over Sanji with your marine biology love?
Facts. Yo, were you ashamed that Jinbei was like drying himself off?
You know, that scene, I like that.
Yeah.
It brought joy to my heart. Those little fish nipples.
I was like, yo, how fish got nipples, bro?
Man, he's a fish man.
All right, Verse. Thank you so much, man. Honor talking to you, bro. I'll see you later.
You will.
All right, later.
Later. That's so funny.
We got another super chat I can read real quick from KJ. $5. It says, just a random thought. Would it be a stretch if Blackbeard is potentially being manipulated, either by bad intel or by someone else? Just a thought.
I would hate
Manipulated?
it.
How?
I would hate it.
I don't know what you mean. You mean like all the actions that he's taken to this point has been like a little bird, like a little devil on his shoulder kind of thing? Like somebody else influencing him? It just needs to be well written to me. But I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. What's going on? My name is Larry from Net One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, Aaron Tate.
Damn,
Let's
third,
go,
He was
bro.
like fifth. He was like fifth today.
What's up, Brody?
Yeah, I had called you guys earlier, but I guess you couldn't hear me.
Oh, so he was second.
That
caller.
was you.
Okay.
Okay. What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. How y'all doing?
We all right.
I gotta pee.
Well, Ted, before you go, I want to get on you and Larry for the Davy Back fight or Davy Back tournament for letting Zoro beat out Bullet like that.
Bro,
Listen.
Aaron, I'm sorry. Obviously, I agreed with you. There was a whole lot of cap taking place in the chat. Y'all don't know about this, but Zoro beat Bullet in the Davy Back Championship round 1, and I'm hurt because low-key the whole reason I did the tournament was so I could have Bullet fighting people, and he loses in the first round. So I'm salty.
Right.
I'm super salty.
To be honest, it's really Larry's fault because he was flip-flopping. He couldn't decide on what he wanted to do. At first he was like, I want to say Bullet, but Zoro's winning. What? How? Very end, he chose Bullet.
Listen to me. Thank you for this up. Listen to me. I said I think Bullet would win. But if I'm going to stay on course with what the chapters provided, then I would have to say Zoro. Ultimately, though, I think Bullet should win.
That's not what you said yesterday.
But I said Zoro would win.
It's not what you said.
I said, I said Bullet should win, and I want to say Bullet. Because I think Bullet would truly win, but I have to say Zoro.
My salt levels were high. Y'all should have seen it, though. Larry was caping for Sanji versus Blackbeard. It was great.
What?
We ain't got to bring that up. I don't got to bring that up.
I do think later on, though, we're going to see a reason why Zolo's going to beat Bullet, but that's going to be... I think it's going to be soon. But for now, I would say Bullet.
All right. Aaron Tate, what were you going to say?
Yeah, so my question today, and real quick, Zoro's never fought an awakened user yet, so he really doesn't, the chapters really don't provide a reason why he should be Bullet, but that's neither here nor there. My question today is, give me your top 5 baddest chicks in One Piece.
Ooh.
Top 5 baddest ones.
Kiku, Keegan. I think
very violating.
it's got to be Boa. I think Reiju's up there. Bonney's now up there, depending on how old she is at the time. Reiju, Sanji's sister.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who else did I say? Oh, damn. Khalifa. Khalifa's up there.
Khalifa.
And I know this was a random one, but I said the one big mom kid, the Charlotte with the long neck and big hat with the sword.
Amande, bro.
Yo, shout out to her, bro. She deserves some respect, bro.
Come on, man.
Yo, listen, man. There's something about her in that neck, man. Alright?
Okay.
Alright, anybody else go?
I got Robin top 1, then Boa, then Nami.
Nami gonna steal all your money, bro.
She's still fine. Khalifa's a good shout. I'm blanking right now though, bro.
Miss Monday?
No, what's her face?
You wouldn't choose Miss Monday?
What's her face? Margaret from Boa Hancock's Island.
The yellow hair chick.
She was always firing me.
Yeah, she was firing too.
And Doll, bro. Doll top 5 already. Off the face card.
Nah, so we're not choosing Miss Monday at all? Like, she's on
I'm
the
trying to
table?
remember what you're talking about.
Yeah,
The one that-
Brolic chick?
Who you talking about?
How did not choose?
She mad muscular, lady.
From Dressrosa. What's her name?
Oh, Violet! Yeah,
how you not choose Violet?
Violet.
Violet.
Yo.
I skip out, yo. My bad.
Yeah, I was thinking this whole time. No one's saying
Damn,
Violet.
Doll
No
not
one's
top
saying
5?
Violet.
That's crazy.
Yo, you think Zoro's top 5 has Tashigi in it, or is that too weird?
It's like all Tashigi and like all like just swords. That's all it is, bro. Zoro isn't attracted to women.
Oh, and also you're missing out Momo's sister.
Hiyori? She was the baddest in the country.
Country was mid, bro.
She's not wrong.
Bro,
I can't think
what are you
of it.
talking about?
Yeah, you look at the
Your
other
mom
ones.
was better than her.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know about that.
No.
Yeah, wow,
I
bro.
don't
That's
know
a
about
big
that.
girl.
Your mom.
Yeah,
I'm climbing on that tree.
Your mom
Hold on. One at a time. Let Aaron talk.
No, I was just gonna say we didn't even see Hiyori shaped like that, did we?
She was all
Like Oda didn't show her like half naked or nothing like that.
Face, dog.
It didn't have to be all that.
She was alright, bro. She was alright.
Yamato's a little manly, man. A little manly.
She can throw it back, though.
Okay.
Lawrence, go.
I said, didn't I say?
He said,
Oh, okay. Let's
Well,
go. Bo Hancock, Robin, Violet. No. Yeah, I'll go Violet.
Damn, Violet's such a good one.
Yeah.
Violet might be
I'm
all
surprised
time.
y'all didn't say that.
She all time.
I straight up
She
forgot.
all time,
I
bro.
might put her at number 1, actually.
If I saw Violet, I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, bro.
I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, bro.
I can't with you.
Actually, I'm
I'm leaving with something.
Only because I would choose Bo Hancock number 1, but I don't like that her attitude, except for towards Luffy. This is what I find, like,
Yeah.
adorable.
Shout out to Domino, by the way, also from Input Down.
And Margaret. I like Margaret.
No.
Who?
No, not Domino, bro.
She's wild.
Domino, the chick that, like...
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Who are you talking about? Like, the redhead chick that was mad. That was
Look
like,
at
whipping.
All right, bro.
All right,
He's a
Lionel,
wild
here you go.
buffalo. He's a wild buffalo, man. I got, Bar Hancock, Robin, same. Violet. I got, actually, Doll. I picked Doll.
Shout out to Lionel, yo.
Doll. And, honestly, it's either Nami. No, I'll go with Nami. I can't think of anybody else. Because you can't pick young women because that's just disturbing.
Who you?
What?
What?
No,
Where did you
course.
go?
No,
Because-
because-
yeah, I thought that was just unanimous.
Nah, because people might say, Shirahoshi, Rebecca, but the age.
Oh, I forgot they was young like that.
Shirahoshi and Rebecca, but they're really young.
I thought of Shirahoshi, but I'm like, she's fish bottom,
Yo,
so I was
low-key
like, no.
rabbit, bro.
You mean Carrot?
Oh, yeah.
Aaron, what's your top 5 real quick before we gotta run, bro?
Yeah, Aaron, you go.
We got wild, bro.
Larry's a furry.
So my top 5 is Boa Hancock, Doll.
Talk to him.
I think it's okay to choose Bonney as long as she's in her 26-year-old form.
I'm not speaking on that one, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how old that will be.
She's actually that old lady, man.
She gotta be grown mentally, bro.
She's that old lady, dog.
She is grown mentally. She out here pirating. She's
Nah,
going
bro.
from island to island.
I ain't hearing
That's grown women mentality. Anyway, Bonnie, Robin, of course. And for me, it's a toss up between Nami and Violet.
No, you crazy.
Nami be annoying sometimes, so I'm gonna just go Violet.
Terrible attitude.
Gotta go with Violet, bro.
Yeah.
It's about looks
I'm
right
gonna
now.
go.
It's not about who they is as people. Cause I'm gonna go prime Big
Yeah.
Mom if we. No, I'm playing.
I was waiting for that one, honestly.
Listen,
Bro, that recoil gonna be crazy.
All right, we're done. You're
All right.
crazy.
Yo, Aaron, thank you so much for the fun question, bro. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
Absolutely, you guys too, man. Appreciate it.
All right, talk to you later, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's too wild with you.
All right, kill the number, Marv.
We got a couple more super chats before we gotta go. We got a $10 super chat from Celestial Donkey. It says Zoro got the Sharingan in that closed eye, so he don't need an arc. Hashtag Bucky Gang.
Thank you, CD.
And then we got another $10 from Joy Boy Mark. Mark, what's up?
Thank you so much.
It says Oda has given Sanji so much more development than most of the other Straw Hats. He has more depth too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just factual.
Listen, guys, if you haven't liked the video already, please do us a favor, like the video. Also, if you haven't shared us on any platforms yet, please share us. Also, if you want some limited edition shirts before we start our new line of stuff, go to thatonepiecetalk.com/merch and get it. We are out of large, though, so sorry for my big boys. Also, just want to let you know that, again, every episode I like to tell you guys how much we appreciate you and how generous we are of you just being in the chat and having fun with us. Thank you so much. I know these seemed a little rushed today because we had so much to say, because it was a chapter that needed a lot to be said. But other than that, I just want to thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lionel.
Sam.
And it's That One Piece Talk.
Go Giants and shout out the dog.